Okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome to the big event. It's the big event. After this, we're gonna know everything. Everything there is to know about whatever overpriced graphics cards Nvidia are about to sell us all. And it's especially exciting for me because, well, I'm gonna be upgrading this generation, so Jensen Huang, just please don't hurt my wallet too much. But anyway, please let me know your predictions down in the comments below. And also let me know if the stream is actually going alright. Actually, let me just adjust my mic a bit. Hopefully it didn't hurt your ears too much. And yeah, definitely let me know your predictions. Of course, super chats are a thing as well. I always bring them up. And that's because YouTube pays us pretty much nothing. They pay us like below minimum wage. Please help me. This is actually a sweatshop. So yeah, super chats are actually very, very appreciated. And they do help. But yeah, let me know what your predictions are for this event. And sorry if I'm not my usual very energetic self. Actually, let me rephrase that. Sorry if I'm not my usual pretending to be energetic, actually dead inside self. And that's because I'm just exhausted. It was a very difficult weekend. We had some people over staying at a house over the weekend. Plus, I also had the photography and video show, which happened over the weekend. That was really, really fun. Videos on that coming soon. And then I thought to myself, okay, Monday's a national holiday. I have a day to relax, aka to do some work. Before I knew it, I've been watching the Queen's funeral from like 10 a.m. to like 7 p.m. Maybe not 7 p.m., but like 5 p.m. So yeah, that entire day went literally instantly. And I also had to go to the photography video show today as well in the early morning to do some final shoots with Asus. So yeah, those videos are coming up soon, so definitely don't miss them. But anyway, let me know what is going on in chat, please. Okay. People are coming in. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hopefully send out reminders everywhere where I was supposed to. And if you know anyone who wants to join in, of course, you can send them a link as well. The more the merrier, of course. We can all see exactly what Nvidia have in store. Hopefully I am on the right stream, right? Because this doesn't really scream gaming technology to me. I know they promoted a Twitch stream, but I assume that the YouTube and the Twitch stream are going to be the same thing. I don't know. I avoid Twitch like the plague, so I literally only go there for esports, and that's about it. So yeah, please someone reassure me that I am on the right one, and it's not like they're streaming two different things on YouTube and Twitch. They would be dumb, but, you know, Nvidia do a lot of weird things. Speaking of weird things, after Nvidia basically got the tech equivalent of Me Too'd recently by EVGA, that's going to be a very awkward stream, isn't it? Alex Collier asks, when does it start? It starts at, well, here, 4 p.m. BST. I don't know where you are. So about 6 minutes. So we have 6 minutes of time to kill and talk about whatever. Oh boy. Okay, stream is fine. Everything's fine. Audio levels look fine. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, definitely let me know your predictions. Me personally, I will be surprised if we get anything other than RTX 4090 this year. I think they are going to mention the 4080. They kind of have to. Ooh, hello. Fun countdown. They have to kind of mention the 4080. It's kind of their usual stuff. Maybe even the 4080 Ti. But I would be surprised if we get anything other than the 4090 this year. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but honestly, I kind of don't care. I know a lot of people will be annoyed if they have to wait a bit longer for a 4080 or something a bit more budget, but me personally, I'm going straight for that 4090 whenever that drops, so I will definitely be making content on that whenever that comes out, so definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. Anyway, 4 minutes left, final prediction time. Guys, let me know what you think is going to happen right now, or forever hold your peace, because this is it. No take backseats after this. 4 minutes, go. Just let me know. Let me know in live chat, via super chats, whatever. Just let me know your predictions in terms of specs, pricing, availability, what's coming this year, what's coming next year. Is Nvidia even gonna bother with like Founders Editions cards after the entire EVGA fiasco? Who knows? Let me know all of that down in the comments below. Papa Legba says, I'm still rocking a 1080 Ti. So do I. That's my graphics card. Honestly, amazing. Absolutely great graphics card. But it is struggling. It is struggling, especially since I was I wouldn't say early adopter, but I've been gaming. I literally got a 4K display with my 1080 Ti. That was back like in 2019 or something. Back then, 4K gaming was still doable on it, but like now, oh boy. I played through the entirety of Cyberpunk 2077, at least the main story, on like 25 FPS at 4K medium-y high settings. So yeah. I went 4K and now I have to pay the price of spending a lot of money for any kind of meaningful upgrades. So yeah, take that as a lesson, kids. Do not go 4K. Unless you're really, really dedicated, or unless you enjoy playing games at like 20 FPS. Or, of course, unless you have, you know, the bank account to back it up. 2 minutes and 30 seconds until everything is revealed. This is exciting. It's like a new console generation, or like a new, you know, I don't know, or like a big announcement of. Do you guys remember like the Nintendo Switch? Do you guys remember like the mystery that was? You know, it was the NX, and besides, Nintendo always go completely out of left field with the console designs, and that's kind of what I'm feeling. Because there's so many unknowns, just like with back at the big Nintendo Switch reveal in was it really 2016? Wow. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm feeling right now, just a complete unknown. A lot of the previous generations were also pretty big unknowns, but this one feels more so. Coming out of the giant tech shortage we're in right now when it comes to most areas of technology, Nvidia also struggling to keep AIB partners happy, clearly. And of course, the power draw issues. I usually don't really care that much about power draw, especially since I'm not the one paying the energy bills in my house, but like, honestly, I think I am gonna actually have to start talking about it in my videos. Because like, it's actually getting to a point where it actually will make a dent in your energy bill, especially, I don't know how it is across the world, especially here in the UK. Energy prices have been going absolutely through the roof. They have capped them now, thankfully, but it's still a pretty big deal. So yeah, if it doesn't set your house on fire, or if it doesn't bankrupt you by, you know, sipping back so much of that juice, then these are going to be some pretty interesting graphics cards, I gotta say. 30 seconds. Come on, guys, final predictions. If anyone wants to send a super chat for good luck before the stream starts as well, of course, it will be very, very appreciated, because again, YouTube pays us pretty much nothing. I'm actually excited. I'm actually stressed, excited, tired, very, very tired, but still overall excited. Let me know if that volume's fine, guys. Because I can only hear what I hear. I can't hear what the stream hears. There come other people saying to boycott Nvidia after promoting Lockheed Martin.
Computing is advancing at incredible speeds. The engine propelling this rocket is accelerated computing, and its fuel is AI. Today,
please tell me this is the correct
show you
stream.
New advances in Nvidia RTX, Nvidia
I'm going to quickly check the
and Nvidia Omniverse.
The Twitch
How
one.
these platforms propel new breakthroughs in AI, new
To see if it's
applications
any
of
different.
AI, and the next wave of AI for science and industry. We will announce new chips that
No.
power these new
Okay, yeah,
applications.
it's something different on Twitch.
And for the first
Okay.
time, cloud services to extend the reach of Nvidia.
This is the wrong thing. Give me a
I
second,
want to
guys.
thank all the.
I think it's the wrong thing. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, this is different.
Cloth and fluid simulations.
I think this is different.
Smoke, fire, and dust are.
Is it different? Am I going insane? Or did I actually go on the wrong one?
Is a simulation. Future games will not have pre-baked worlds.
This is different. This is definitely different.
Games will be simulations. Racer X is running on one single GPU.
Okay, sorry about that one, guys. I have no idea why they did two separate streams at the same time. But whatever. We're on the right one now. So yeah, let me know if the volume's fine. And I'm gonna hope this music isn't copyrighted, because I had issues with that before. Well, I had my live streams struck down by Nvidia because they used copyrighted music. But yeah, please tell me if the stream's fine, and tell me if the audio's fine, please. So again, I can't hear how loud the actual stream is, the actual Nvidia side of things is for you guys. Okay, what exactly am I watching though? That's my question. I'm guessing it's leading up to kind of like, this was all rendered on the RTX 4090 kind of reveal, right? That's kind of what they usually do. Well, it looks good. Right. I know Christmas is coming early every single year, but come on, it's only September. Okay, it's good. Okay, audio is good. Great. So that means that I have nice, crisp audio quality coming from the Nvidia livestream to get copyright strike over in the near future. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cars. That, like, split second of Monopoly over there probably cost Hasbro an arm and a leg. It's Hasbro who does Monopoly, isn't it? Actually, I'm actually not sure. I like the Lovelace, Ada Lovelace portrait there. That was a nice touch. Park Huang. How egotistical can one man get, huh? Just kidding. We all love Jensen Huang here. It just kind of shows you what one charismatic person can do for a company, right? There's so many things that Nvidia does that we just go, really?
Let me tell
but
you
like,
how we did it.
Come on, how can
We
you
introduced
not love him?
Programmable shading GPU nearly a quarter of a century ago. GPUs revolutionized 3D graphics and created a medium with an infinite palette for
We know what GPUs are,
At
good
SIGGRAPH
sir.
2018,
Get to the
we
good stuff,
launched
please.
Nvidia RTX, a new GPU architecture that extended programmable shaders with 2 new processors. RT cores accelerate real-time ray tracing. Tensor cores process matrix operations central to
New
deep learning.
Codemasters game? Could be.
RTX
Could be.
opened a new frontier for
Like
computer
a Hot
scientists,
Wheels Codemasters game?
and a
I
flood
would so play
of
that.
New algorithms have appeared. A new era of RTX neural rendering has started. Today, we're announcing Ada Lovelace, our 3rd generation RTX.
Looking good.
One Ada GPU powers Racer X. This generation.
I love it
is
how they
named after
use
mathematician Ada Lovelace,
they either call
who
it
was
Ada
often
Lovelace
regarded
or just
as the
Ada.
world's first
They don't
computer
refer to
programmer.
as just Lovelace,
engineers
even though they
worked
usually just
closely with
use the last
TSMC
name of the scientist
to
before.
create the
I wonder
4N
why.
process.
I wonder why they don't want to
optimized
use
for GPUs.
just the name Lovelace
This
on its own.
process lets us integrate
I wonder.
76
I don't know.
billion
I
transistors
wouldn't
and
know.
over
Of course, I wouldn't
18,000
know.
CUDA cores, 70% more than the Ampere generation. Ada evolves all 3 RTX
Those specs, though.
processors. First,
Those
a new
specs.
streaming multiprocessor with 90 teraflops, over 2 times the
2x
previous
power
generation.
efficiency. That's going to come in handy.
Ada's SM includes a major new technology called shader execution reordering, which reschedules work on the fly, giving a 2 to 3 times speed up.
Someone says
for
they can't
ray
hear him.
SCR
let
is
me
as
know if that
big an
helped.
innovation as out-of-order execution was for
Yeah, he was
CPUs.
rendered
Second,
last time, Jules.
A new
So it could be the
RT
case.
core with twice the rate
It's that kind of thing that only
triangle
works
intersection
once,
throughput,
really. So,
and 2 important new hardware units. A new opacity.
but let me know if you can
micromap
hear
engine
Jensen's
speeds up ray
glorious
tracing
voice
of
better
alpha
now.
test geometry by a factor of 2 times.
Nice.
And a new micromesh engine, which increases
This will be the generation
geometric
where ray
richness
tracing
without
actually
the
kicks
BVH
off,
build
and, like,
storage cost.
The performance
And
difference
third,
won't really matter.
A new tensor
I'm calling
core
it right now.
with the Hopper FP8 transformer engine and 1.4 petaflops of tensor processing. Raw ray tracing horsepower is not enough to ensure high frame rates. Ray tracing is notoriously hard to parallelize because rays bounce in every direction and intersect surfaces of various types. GPUs are highly parallel and most efficient when processing similar work at the same time.
We know how GPUs
Ray
work.
tracing workloads
I guess they have to
lead
kind of
different
make this
threads
appealing to
processing
everyone.
different shaders, or accessing memory that is hard to coalesce or cache. Shader execution reordering (SER) improves execution efficiency by
That's interesting.
rescheduling shading workloads on the fly to better utilize the GPU resources. We're
See, that's the kind of thing
seeing
we
up
need
to
more
2 to
of.
3 times increase
Because,
in ray
like,
tracing
clock
and
speeds can only get
25% in overall
so
game
fast
performance.
before, you know,
Like
the power
accelerated
efficiency and the heat
computing,
just goes off the
computer
charts.
graphics
So all these
is a
little other
full-stack
touches, like, you know,
challenge. Breakthroughs
smart access
require
memory
innovation
or
in architecture and
resizable
design,
bar and that
as
kind of
well
stuff.
as
That is the
algorithms.
future. That
For
is how you
example,
optimize
Nvidia's
performance
RTX GI
without
uses ray tracing
creating
to do real-time,
so many
multi-bounce
huge other
indirect
problems
lighting.
for yourself.
RTX DI uses ray tracing to do direct illumination from millions of lights, casting shadows from all lights. RTX DI is used for emissive surfaces, such as billboards, TV screens, neon tubes. Nvidia real-time denoisers is a spatial temporal denoising technique that takes an incomplete ray-traced image and infers the ground truth, reducing the number of rays needed. And DLSS, Deep Learning Super
Third gen
Resolution,
DLSS
is one
though,
of our
that is
greatest
going to be
achievements.
very, very important, seeing how
Ray tracing requires
XeSS
insane
looks pretty
amounts of
decent, but
computation.
FSR 2.0.
Each
Ooh,
frame of a CGI
that is
movie
insane.
takes hours
That is
to
actually
render.
insane.
We want to do this in real time.
If you haven't seen
Nvidia
my video
RTX
about FSR
opened
2.0
the
in
world to
Cyberpunk, go watch
real-time
it,
ray
because that
tracing.
it's
RT
and
cores
but done
do
with a mod
VDH
as well. It's
traversal
not actually officially
and ray
supported.
triangle intersection testing, which
So
saves the
DLSS
from
has to be
spending
good. The
thousands
brand new
of
generation
instructions
has to be
on
good.
each ray. But even with RT cores, frame rates were too low for games.
Yeah, someone please let me
We
know if you can
needed
actually hear
another
him
breakthrough.
correctly now.
Enter deep learning. DLSS uses
Here we
a
go.
convolutional autoencoder AI model and takes the low resolution current frame
All about if it's going to
and
beat
the high
FSR.
resolution previous frame to predict on a pixel by pixel basis a high resolution current frame. The AI model is trained to predict an ultra high resolution 16K reference image. The difference between the predicted and reference image is used to train the neural network. The process is repeated tens of thousands of times
And how is
until
that
the
going to be
network
different
can
in
predict a high quality
3?
image. Ada introduces DLSS 3, a new AI that generates entirely new frames rather than just pixels. DLSS 3
Interesting.
has 4 components: a new optical flow accelerator, game engine motion vectors, a convolutional autoencoder AI frame generator, and our reflex super low latency pipeline.
Is it
DLSS
going to
3
beat
processes
FSR
the new
2.0?
frame
Let me know
and the
what
prior
you think in
frame
live chat.
to discover how the scene is changing. The optical flow accelerator provides the neural network with the direction and velocity of pixels from frame to frame. Pairs of frames from the game, along with the geometry and pixel motion vectors, are then fed into a neural network that generates the intermediate frames. DLSS 3
I mean, it has
generates
to beat it,
entirely
right?
new frames.
I mean, FSR is
Without
good and
processing
all,
the
but like,
graphics pipeline,
it still doesn't really utilize
boosting game
AI as much as
performance by
FSR,
up to
as
4
much as
times
DLSS though.
over brute force rendering. Because DLSS 3 generates a new frame without involving the game, it benefits both GPU and CPU limited games. For CPU limited games, like physics heavy or large world games, DLSS 3 allows the Ada GPU to render the game at a much higher frame rate than the CPU is able to compute the game. DLSS 3 is one of our greatest neural rendering inventions. Here is
We're going to
Cyberpunk
have to see it in practice
2077,
though.
shown in all
He beat me
new
to it.
max ray tracing mode with SCR and DLSS 3.
Man, does that game still look good? Yeah, that is no.
Pushing the state-of-the-art graphics
Is
into
that
the future
possible? Is that
takes
allowed?
an incredible amount
That was
of
a big difference.
computational horsepower. In a
That
modern
can't be
game
right.
like Cyberpunk,
Really?
we run over 600 ray tracing calculations for every pixel just to determine the lighting. That's a 16 times increase from the time we first introduced real-time ray tracing 4 years ago. Yet the number of transistors we have available in a GPU to do these calculations have not increased at that rate. That's the power of RTX. We can deliver a 16 times increase.
Justin Rage says
in
must be high
4
clock speed for
years
that. I
with
mean,
artificial intelligence.
DLSS just runs on its
Some
own
pixels are
thing, on its
calculated,
own special
most
AI
are
cores, so
predicted. Let's enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator.
we'll
a
see
game
exactly
that
what
is
it does for
CPU
clock
limited
speeds.
because of the realistic physics and the giant worlds. It is one of the longest running franchises. This is Flight Sim's 40th anniversary. With Ada
I need to
and
get back to
DLSS
that game.
3,
That game is
Flight
just so
Simulator
cool.
is silky smooth.
Especially with, like ray tracing, it's gonna be insane. Is that actually going to be the real life case though? Again, the only way you can find out is if you subscribe to this channel. I really need to get back into that game though. I think I'm going to play it some more after
I'm
the live
thrilled
stream.
to announce Portal RTX.
Excuse
Nvidia
me?
Lightspeed Studios used Omniverse to remaster
Okay.
one of the most celebrated games in history.
Casual Portal remaster.
Portal was developed by Valve and released in 2007. It was GDC's Game of the Year.
Sure.
And exhibited at
Just
the
drop that
Smithsonian.
on people.
Portal RTX is both nostalgic and futuristic at
Oh.
the same time. Let's take a look.
This was a triumph.
Okay, that is actually, is that copyrighted? I don't know.
I'm making a note here.
I don't care if it's copyrighted or not. The song is too good to not
We do
feature
what
it.
We must because we can. For the
I'm just-
good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Oh, casual
Welcome
Portal
to the
remaster.
Aperture Science Computer Aided
Sure,
Enrichment
I just can't
Center.
get over that.
Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of
Is
the
it bad I
test.
still haven't played this game? I
The
know
Enrichment
some people are going to
Center
yell at me for saying
regrets
that,
to
but like...
inform you that this next test is impossible.
Okay. I just can't get over this.
What are you doing? Stop it.
That's one way to get us interested. If... The reason I'm just kind of looking down this entire time is because I'm tweeting
Portal with
furiously about it now.
RTX is a mod. We did it with Omniverse. Modding is a massive culture. Everyone is a
Wait, so
creator.
it's not actually a full
There are
remaster, it's
millions
just a
of
mod?
modders,
Like an
and
official
billions
Nvidia
of
mod?
mods are downloaded each year. In fact, 9 of the 10 most popular competitive games owe their existence to mods. We created an Omniverse application called RTX Remix.
Is this
for
like
game
similar
modding.
to how
Start
people
the
are
game
already
and capture the game
making
into
mods
USD,
for
which
FSR
is
like
loaded
2.0
into
in
Omniverse.
games?
Here,
Like, and
we're
now you
using
can just make a
Elder
mod that
Scrolls
adds
Morrowind
RTX to a
from
game?
Bethesda,
If
one
so,
of the
that is
top
pretty
modded
insane.
games of all time. Once in RTX Remix, the AI-assisted toolset has deep learning models to upres textures and assets, and an AI model to convert
Okay,
materials
casually dropping
to have
Portal on this.
physically
That's
accurate
cool.
properties. The rich
I know some
Omniverse
people could probably
ecosystem
just
of creative
fainted,
tools
when
can
they
then
heard
be
the
used to
words
enhance
Portal
the
uttered
game
there.
assets. When done, export the RTX mod pack and play the game with the RTX.
That is actually insane though. I'm gonna have so much fun with that. If it's easy to use, I'm gonna do this for so many of my favorite games. Granted, I don't think you can get, you can get such good textures from just old stuff, but like, still, you get my point. It's going to be
RTX
interesting.
Remix is incredible tech and the most advanced game modding tool ever created. Portal
I believe you.
RTX and RTX Remix will be available shortly after Ada launch. RTX neural rendering algorithms run on programmable shaders, RT cores, and tensor cores to create amazing images. The total processing throughput of Ada is a massive leap over the Ampere generation, and the performance shows. For
I mean, yeah,
rasterized
if
games,
a
Ada
new
is
generation
up
was
to
slower
2
than the
times
last
faster,
one, something has
and
really
it's
gone
4
wrong.
times faster for ray traced games.
Yeah, let me know, guys,
Ada
what
is
kind of games
incredibly
do you
energy
want to see
efficient.
that ray tracing in
Over
action?
twice the performance at the same
I can think
power
of so
compared
many.
to Ampere, and you can really push Ada. We've overclocked Ada past 3 gigahertz in our labs. RTX reinvented graphics. Now
Those
Ada is
power
paving the
numbers there were
way
kind of worrying.
for future games
But okay.
to be fully simulated worlds like Racer X. Today we're announcing our highly anticipated Nvidia
Do it.
Ada Lovelace GPU.
Do it.
The GeForce
There it is!
RTX 4090. Nvidia engineers
Look at the
push
price!
technologies on
Are you
every
kidding me,
front.
Nvidia?
New SM with shader execution reordering.
$1,600.
New
No.
RT core
No.
with opacity
Are you
micromath
actually
and
kidding me?
micro mesh engines. New tensor core with FP8 transformer engine. And a pixel processing, 300 TOPS optical flow accelerator for DLSS 3. Overall, 4 times more processing throughput compared to the world's
what do I
reigning
even say to
GPU
that?
champion, the 3090 Ti. 4090
What
is
do I even
2
say?
times faster
What
on
on earth do I
Microsoft
even say?
Flight Simulator, 3 times faster on Portal RTX, and 4 times faster on Racer.
$1,600.
The GeForce RTX 4090,
It's
the
beefy.
new heavyweight champ, is
That text is ugly.
$1,599.
That text is
Available
really ugly.
October 12th. The GeForce RTX 4080
Okay,
comes
dropping
in
that as well.
16 gigabyte and 12 gigabyte versions.
Okay.
4080 is 3 times the performance of 3080 Ti.
Still messing with
on
different
Racer
memory models,
X.
but whatever.
4080 starts at $899.
That is
The
decent.
best
That is actually
gaming
decent.
platform in the world just got better. Our 30 series, starting at $329, are the best GPUs in the world serving mainstream gamers. RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 GPUs, starting at $899, deliver the ultimate performance to enthusiasts. The Ada Lovelace generation advances
Whoa, let me know
all
what you guys think
3
of this,
RTX
because like my
processors.
brain is
The
actually
engines
fried
of neural ring.
after hearing that price.
Ada
After
is
how
a
much I'm going to have to pay
quantum
for my
leap
4090.
gamers and paves the way for creators of fully
It's actually-
simulated worlds
Actually fried
like
my brain.
Omniverse.
Yeah, sure, dragons, cool. $15.99. $15.99. Again, sorry I'm not talking. Again, I'm just kind of writing very, very passive-aggressive tweets on Twitter right now. Because, yeah. I just can't get over that. That's insane. Granted, they were charging like $2,000 for the RTX 3090 Ti, but like, that lasted like a month or something. So I didn't really count it. This, on the other hand. Oh boy, we're gonna be stuck with that price for a while, something tells me. Is that order gonna show when it comes to the cards? Just the 4090, 4080? No real, you know, no proper performance numbers, just here, this is how much we're gonna charge you. Bye-bye. I still can't get over that. That price. That price. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. 4090 is too expensive? I do agree, Retro M. So please, someone talk me out of buying it. So I know I'm gonna regret it, so please, someone try and actually
Welcome
talk
to
me
the
out of it.
Omniverse. The next evolution of the internet, called the metaverse, will be extended with 3D. Today's internet connects websites
I wonder who
described
sponsored this
in
segment of the live
HTML
stream.
and viewed through a browser.
Was it the Zuck
The
by any
metaverse,
chance?
The 3D internet
Yeah, just kidding.
connects virtual 3D worlds
I definitely trust Nvidia a lot
described
more
in
with the
USD
metaverse than they do Meta.
and viewed through a
Because,
simulation.
yeah, you've probably seen what the metaverse
Omniverse
looks
is a
like on the Meta.
platform for building
The
and
graphic quality
operating
and
metaverse
everything.
applications. Omniverse is
Nvidia's
useful
metaverse is probably going to
wherever
look a lot
digital
better.
and physical worlds meet. One of the most essential uses of Omniverse is robotics, the next wave of AI, where AI interacts with the physical world. Omniverse is like nothing ever built. Omniverse is a real-time, large-scale 3D database. It is a shared 3D world. Omniverse is a network built on USD. It connects 3D worlds. Omniverse is a computing platform. You can write applications that run on Omniverse. These applications are like portals into the Omniverse virtual world. We've written some Omniverse applications like
Omniverse is
Create and
actually
View
pretty
for
cool.
Collaboration,
I really want to play with it,
Replicator
but
for
like,
synthetic data
I don't have an
generation,
RTX graphics card
and
yet,
Isaac
so
Sim and Drive Sim for digital twin simulations.
I'm
We are
definitely going to be doing some
releasing
videos
a
on that
major
when that
update
comes
to
out.
Omniverse.
Well, actually when I get a graphics card
Support
that
for
supports
Ada
it.
Lovelace GPUs with a giant leap in ray tracing and large scene performance. New GAN-based and diffusion model-based neural rendering tools. Omnigraph is a graph execution engine to procedurally control behavior, motion, and action. A major update of Omniverse physics to process kinematics of complex multi-part objects. New Cloud XR for Ada's
This is
amazing ray tracing
when the
and
part
viewing.
of the live stream where my
The
audience
world's
just
first
dips
sim-ready
because
asset library for
no one cares about
synthetic
this
data
anymore.
generation and
they were
digital
only
twin
there to find out
simulation.
exactly how much,
One of the most popular
how big of a
applications
loan they're going to have to
Omniverse
take
is
out to
Replicator,
buy a next
which
gen
is
graphics
used to
card, and then
generate
they dipped.
synthetic data to train self-driving cars, robots, and all kinds of computer
They're getting
vision
annoyed,
models.
that's all they showed us.
New
you know?
Omniverse JT connector.
Yes, we know how
This
much we're
is
going to have
big.
to spend now, but
Siemens
like,
invented JT. the
nothing to do with
industry
performance, or
standard
again,
language
no
of product
proper performance
lifecycle
numbers.
management
They kind of just
and the
did like
interoperability
Apple style
format
performance
of CAD
numbers.
systems like NX,
Because that's an entire
Creo,
genre of performance
CATIA,
numbers now,
and
apparently.
Inventor. The JT connector opens the industrial and manufacturing worlds to Omniverse. Omniverse is an enterprise platform that is useful from the beginning of design
But whatever,
and
maybe they're
styling
going to
through
do a one
engineering
more
and
thing at the end.
manufacturing.
They're going to bore us all to
Marketing
death with
to
Omniverse,
operations.
and then
The
they're going to
entire
like,
product
oh,
lifecycle.
by the way,
At the
the
core of making
RTX
movies or
4070 only
building cars and
$299
consumer products,
while supplies
or
last.
building and operating factories and warehouses is a super complex 3D pipeline. Let's take a look at the creative and design process. Many specialized tools.
No, I'm
are
definitely
used
going to
by
play around with
expert
Omniverse when I
designers,
finally get an RTX
artists,
graphics card. So
and
let me know
engineers
what kind of
working in different
projects,
teams,
what kind of stuff I should do
organizations, or
once I
geographies.
get that. Just
Passing
let me
work
know
order.
your suggestions, and
Different
I'll try
data
to do as many of them
formats
as
are
possible.
stored all over the company. A visual effects pipeline can use 5 to 7 tools. Each specializes in a certain aspect of the workflow, such as modeling,
Twitter has just
animation, or
exploded.
simulations. DNEG, an award-winning visual
I
effects and
don't
animation studio,
blame them at all,
uses Autodesk Maya, Side
because
Effects
yeah, that was
Houdini,
quite a way
Adobe
to
Substance 3D,
present the news.
and Foundry Nuke in their workflow. Just as the internet connects websites,
People are still actually joining in.
Omniverse connects 3D worlds.
Are you guys?
Omniverse
No offense,
lets
but are you guys
DNEG's
crazy?
creators bring
Are you
in
guys
data
actually
from
joining
different
into
tools
the
in their
Omniverse pod?
full
Are you guys that
fidelity
into Omniverse?
and collaborate interactively?
Let me know.
In a
Actually, let me know in live
shared
chat
Omniverse.
or via super chat if you really want
Teams can
to.
create a custom
Why are you
3D
still here?
pipeline to orchestrate and manage the
Actually,
complex
let me know.
workflow using
Are you here
simple
for my
out-of-the-box
amazing,
Omniverse
charming
tools.
personality, or are you
These
here just
Omniverse
to hear
capabilities
Jensen
are
Ford
valuable
talking?
to nearly every industry. Nvidia Racer X was created by 30 artists using 11 tools, collaborating across 12 time zones, and done in only 3 months. The team used Omniverse to connect and collaborate and
I mean, I
create
guess
a
this is
custom
fun for
3D
some
pipeline
people and interesting
to
for people who
orchestrate
actually
and
work
manage
in
their
like
work.
3D.
The architectural
graphics
design
and
process
animation.
commonly uses apps
I'm one of
like
those people.
Revit, Rhino,
I can
SketchUp,
make a Minecraft animation
ArchiCAD,
in
and
Blender,
3ds
and that's
Max.
about it.
KPF, an award-winning architectural design firm, connects architects, designers, and clients in Omniverse. Clients can review progress by interacting with a full fidelity and photorealistically rendered
Everyone's just paid actors,
Auto
yeah.
and other physical product
Pretty
makers
much.
commonly use Siemens, Autodesk, ANSYS, and PTC tools.
I gotta say,
GM
if you
is
know,
creating a
you see
digital
my
twin
beautiful
of their
face on a
Michigan
thumbnail, I mean,
design
how can you
studio
resist
in
not clicking on my
Omniverse,
live stream?
where designers, engineers, and marketers can collaborate. Omniverse gives them a single source of truth that is physically simulated and faithfully rendered. Omniverse is a virtual world used to design, build, and operate things in the physical world.
Do any of you
In
guys
the
actually
future,
use Omniverse so far?
everything made
Actually, let me
will
know if
have
any of
a
you guys
digital
actually
twin
used it at all.
used by the makers to emulate
work,
the
which is for
behavior
fun.
and performance of a product in the physical world. No physical product operated by software can be deployed in large numbers without testing the software on its digital twin. Let me give you some examples.
Please do.
Telcos will deploy millions of 5G microcells in towers over the next 5 years, optimizing the placement and operations of new and existing cells and towers.
I'm gonna give it
can
to
save
Nvidia.
billions
They are
for the
like,
$2
they don't
trillion
care
telecom
about
industry.
mentioning stuff that like are
Charter,
trigger
a
words for
$50
people.
billion telecommunications
They started off the
provider,
live stream with a
and
Lockheed
Heavy
Martin
AI,
logo.
a super
They
cool
talked about the
interactive
metaverse,
data
and now they're talking
analytics
about 5G
platform
towers.
company, are using Omniverse to create digital twins.
It's
of
like
their
they're going,
4 and
you know, on a
5G
checklist
networks
on what
at
triggers
metro
that
and
particular type of person
nationwide
online.
scales. Heavy AI uses Omniverse to combine multi-billion point LiDAR scans, satellite imagery, buildings, trees, and surroundings, and their RF propagation model to simulate the
understand
performance
why are
of
there still
Charter's
people watching
radio
this,
network in
but
real time.
Whatever.
Lowe's is one
I
of the
shouldn't be
world's
complaining about
largest home
views, I'm
improvement
just kind of more
retailers,
confused
with over
about you
2,000
guys.
stores and 300,000 retail associates. Lowe's is using Omniverse to design,
So yeah,
build,
how's
and
the day
operate
going?
digital twins of their stores.
How did you
to
take the
optimize
news that the new RTX
operations
4090
and
is
enhance the
$1,600,
shopping
you know?
experience. And with the amazing
Let's
Magic Leap
talk.
2 headset
Let's talk. While
connected to Omniverse,
Jensen Huang's going on about whatever
associates can
he's talking
enter
about.
a
Let's just
mixed
let's have a conversation,
physical
you know?
and Omniverse
How's your
world
day? How's your
to
day been?
explore new store designs. The $300 billion global railroad market helps move the world, a critical part of the global supply chain.
Yes, this is what gamers came here
Deutsche
for,
Bahn,
to learn
The
about
National Railway Company
the
of
railway
Germany
market.
uses Omniverse to build and operate a digital twin of 5,700 stations and 33,000 kilometers of track. Omniverse is also used to train AI models that can continuously monitor the railways and trains and recognize hazards and situations that can affect network operations. Deutsche Bahn expects to increase capacity and
I mean,
efficiency
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
railway
it's cool,
and
but
reduce
like,
its carbon footprint without building
what is
new
the
trains.
overlap of people who
Each of these
care
stories
about
are
RTX
amazing.
gaming
Be sure to
cards
check out their videos
and
on
also
the
care
Nvidia
about
homepage. There are
the
many
usage
great
of AI
examples
in
of how
trains?
companies use Omniverse to create digital twins of factories,
Like, I want to see that
logistics
Venn
warehouses,
diagram.
automated manufacturing lines, and industrial plants. Let's take a look.
There are definitely some industries out there for which is like super exciting, but again, I'm kind of confused why they made it part of the GeForce live stream. Whatever. I'm kind of trying to gauge the reaction online, you know, and see what people think of these insane prices for the 4090. The 4080 price is decent, but the 4090 is, and you're not even. That is still going? Really? Please be the end. Please be the end. Please be the end. Please, it's not
Connections to Omniverse are growing fast. There are already 150 connectors to Omniverse.
All of you are gonna suffer
These are the tools
with
and
me
platforms
for the rest of this live stream,
used
okay?
by the world's $100 trillion industries.
Again,
These
it's not like
connectors
it's like
open
not
Omniverse to
interesting.
companies that span
It's
the largest
sort of
industries,
interesting. It's kind of
from
cool, but
retail,
like at the same time,
transportation, telecommunications.
we came here for
manufacturing,
RTX 4090 and
media
4080, and that's about it.
consumer and luxury goods, to supply chain and logistics. Here are some examples of companies who are using Omniverse to connect their teams,
I'm gonna be on there one
visualize
day.
their
Just
data
watch.
in full fidelity, generate
Just watch.
synthetic data to train AI models, and simulate digital twins. Omniverse is a new computing platform and requires a new computer system. there are three elements
Oh, they're
to
still
the
going.
Omniverse computer. RTX computers for creators, designers, and engineers. OVX servers to host connections to the Nucleus database and run virtual world simulations. And third, the
Yes,
Nvidia
exciting.
GDN,
Very exciting.
portals into the Omniverse. Through GeForce Now, we've built a global GDN, a graphics delivery network that reaches 100 regions with super fast and responsive RTX graphics.
I see one of
Whereas
the
a
little
content
dots is over
delivery
Poland.
network, or
Nice.
CDN,
Looks like they have a server there or
allows
something.
internet video to be streamed efficiently. Nvidia GDN can stream interactive graphics efficiently. Between Nvidia RTX PCs, Nvidia GPUs in the cloud, and Nvidia GDN, we can build an Omniverse computer that
I feel like I
covers the
should be
planet.
talking, but I
Let me show you
actually
how
have no idea what
Rimac,
to talk about.
a hypercar
I
and
ran out of
advanced EV
quippy
platform
jokes to
company,
say ages ago.
uses Omniverse to connect their design, engineering, and marketing pipelines to create the amazing Navera. Rimac designs on RTX workstations and publishes the Omniverse-based car configurator application to run on Nvidia GDN, which is then streamed to be enjoyed on any device.
I mean, yeah.
Nvidia Omniverse Cloud
It's
is a
cool,
suite of software
but, like,
and infrastructure as a service for designing,
still.
publishing, and experiencing metaverse applications from anywhere on
I just
any
don't
device.
understand
Let's see how Rimac,
the
technology pioneer
point
of
of
AI-enabled
combining
hypercars and
the
advanced
gaming
electric
live stream
solutions,
with this.
can enable collaborative workflows
I know it's
for their
still
3D
like
teams
all part of GT,
and deliver advanced
GDC,
3D
but like,
experiences to their
come on.
audiences with Omniverse Cloud.
I just don't
The
understand the
3D
overlap
models of
between the two
cars
different
such
groups.
as Rimacs are designed by large teams of uniquely skilled individuals, each using their own specialized tools. Here, designers connect to Omniverse Nucleus Cloud, their shared database engine. With USD workflows, they can aggregate full CAD fidelity datasets from their favorite tools, including Autodesk Alias,
Looks pretty cool,
Houdini,
though.
Adobe Substance 3D Painter, and Omniverse Create. Each designer either works on their individual RTX computers or streams Omniverse apps from OVX servers in the cloud. Once complete,
Was her
Rimac
voice like
integrates the ground truth USD
AI
model
generated?
into an
Because her voice
advanced
sounds AI
real-time 3D
generated. It does not sound
configurator
like a person.
and publishes it to the Nvidia Graphics Delivery Network, a planetary scale
Unless she
network
has like
of
absolutely no
distributed
emotion
data
in her
centers
voice, I
that
think
stream
that's like
high
AI
performance,
generated audio.
low latency 3D experiences.
Nvidia
to
loves
edge
doing that kind of
devices.
stuff in the live streams,
Today's
so it wouldn't
configurators
surprise
are
me.
limited by pre-rendered options that can only be shown in a single scene. With the end-to-end USD
Let me know your
pipeline, Rimac fans and
opinion on that.
consumers are configuring the actual engineering
Because
dataset,
yeah, something tells
not
me
a
that could
simplified
actually
model.
be
in full fidelity with
AI
physically
generated.
accurate materials and real-time RTX ray tracing. This unlocks all possible design permutations without Rimac having to manually render every option as a layer. Omniverse Cloud connects 3D artists, designers, and metaverse viewers at every edge of the planet and delivers the possibility to build and operate advanced 3D internet applications on any device.
well, that's going on. If anyone wants to buy a
Today we're
a final
announcing
water bottle,
Nvidia Omniverse
I think I just
Cloud,
set up that you can
an
just scroll
infrastructure
down and
as
it
a
should be there.
service
So
that connects Omniverse
that's a
applications
feature on YouTube now.
running
Apparently,
in the cloud,
I just figured it out while
on-prem,
she was
or
going on
on a
about something. I
device.
don't know.
In addition, Replicator and Farm will also be available in the cloud. Farm is a scaling engine for a render farm. Omniverse Cloud, Replicator, and Farm containers are available on AWS today. We're also offering them as managed services. Sign up today for early
So
access.
excited about that. We're also
Robotics
offering them as
is the
managed
next
services.
wave of AI.
Isn't that cute?
Breakthroughs in deep learning has opened the door to creating systems that can perceive their surroundings, plan a sequence of actions, and perform useful tasks in real time, every time. Everything from the way software is developed to how it runs is completely different. A new type of processor had to be created. NVIDIA's Xavier was the world's first robotics processor designed for deep learning. Since then, every 2 years, we've announced a giant
Should I
leap
keep on
in
streaming this,
performance.
but
The driving
I actually
force
don't
of
know
the
if I
increased
should
performance
actually continue streaming
is the
this, but because
simultaneous
it's like
increase in number and resolution of sensors.
No one cares.
And more
Actually,
sophisticated
let me
AI
know in
models
live chat or via
needed
super
to
chat if you
expand
actually care
driving
about this
domains
part or not.
and improve safety.
I'm actually
Safety
curious how many
is
of you
the
actually
number
care
one
about
priority
this.
in robotics, and it demands diversity and redundancy in sensors and algorithms. All of that demands more processing. Last year, we introduced Atlan, a 1,000 TOPS SoC. Today, we're announcing that Atlan is
Probably
no
impressive
more
for someone.
and will be replaced by Thor, twice the throughput of Atlan,
Thor,
and
super
more than
chip.
twice the
I like the
delivered
naming
performance.
conventions for these.
There are three big reasons we did that: Grace, Hopper, and Ada Lovelace. The incredible transformer engine of Hopper and the fast evolution of vision transformers is too important not to include in our next robotics processor. The invention of multi-instance GPU in Ada is a great opportunity to centralize the car computer, reducing hundreds of dollars of cost. And the CPU of Grace is too amazing to pass up. As all parallel processing algorithms are offloaded
Can I
and
quickly see what
accelerated
people
by
have
our
been saying
GPU,
about the
the
entire,
remaining workload
you know,
tends to be single-threaded limited.
RTX announcement
Grace
so far?
has excellent single.
Let's see how badly Nvidia got roasted in
So engineers at Nvidia
comment section on the
scrambled
tweet.
to create Thor. The amount of new technology in Thor is insane. Thor can be configured in multiple ways.
People are
Can
really annoyed by the
dedicate all of its
4080 pricing
2,000
apparently.
tops
That's interesting.
and 2,000
Didn't seem that bad.
teraflops to an autonomous driving pipeline. Or it can be configured to use a portion for
A lot of people are also asking like just why.
and a portion for driver assistance.
What's the point in
Thor's
such a powerful
multi-compute
GPUs?
domain isolation.
Well, there's a
lets
point, because
concurrent
games can always be
time-critical
better.
processes
They can
run
always
without
run
interruption.
faster. They can always look better.
On one computer, you can simultaneously run Linux, QNX, and Android. Thor centralizes numerous computers and simultaneously offers a leap in capability while reducing cost and power. Today, parking, active safety, driver monitoring, camera mirrors, cluster, and infotainment are
I don't know what it
different
says about me.
computers.
One of these comments
In the
and a
future,
tweet says anyone
these
who can
functions will no
who can
longer be
realistically
separate
spend the
computers,
money is smart
but
enough
will
to
be
know it's
delivered
not
by
worth it.
software that runs on Thor
I mean,
and improves over
I'm
time.
gonna be buying enough RTX
Building
4090,
robotic
and
computers
I know it's worth
requires
it because
two computers.
yeah, 4K is
An
demanding.
AI
What can I
factory
say?
in the data center that processes data, trains the AI,
4K is just a
simulates the
beast
digital
to
twin,
work with.
and maps the world. And an AI computer in the car that processes the sensors to perceive
Oh,
the
give me a
environment,
second. I'll
stay clear
be
of
right
obstacles,
back.
and drive the car to its destination.
I'm not ending the stream.
NVIDIA Drive or AI generated
And I'm back. Hello.
This
Sorry about
video
that.
to 3D geometry pipeline runs on Nvidia OVX
What did I miss?
systems
Oh, nothing.
and
Okay, of
enables us
course.
to create simulation scenarios on a global scale. Let's take a look.
We are supercharging DriveSim with a neural reconstruction engine to enhance simulation with AI and data
I
captured
mean, when they
by
showed
the
off
fleet.
the brand new like
In a matter
AI
of
for
minutes,
cars
the neural
last
reconstruction
year,
engine can reconstruct
it
a
was
full
actually
3D
pretty interesting.
digital
It was
twin
actually really
of a
cool to see,
recorded
but,
drive
like,
from sensor data.
again, we're just gonna have to wait and see when that's actually
Objects are
gonna come to the real
harvested
world.
and reconstructed using AI.
You know,
Large-scale asset and scene libraries are created from real-world drives. The reconstructed scenes and assets are loaded into Omniverse and are ready to use in DriveSim. Using Nvidia Drive Map, we can place dynamic objects such as vehicles, as well as pedestrians.
That voice is like, nope,
Recorded data
not
can
worth
now be
it.
turned into fully
It's not worth
reactive
dying
and
over a book
modifiable
today.
simulation environments for closed-loop testing.
Like, I wanted to end the stream, but like people are still watching, so I guess we're gonna.
New scenarios
We're
can be
just gonna kind
authored
of
using
sit through
synthetic
this
and
together.
harvested scenes and assets.
Reminds me of like the Intel
can
stream that
generate
happened a while
synthetic
back
ground
when they
truth
like
data
first
to train
soft
perception
announced
networks.
Arc, and like the stream actually had like the most viewers in like the car AI section at the very end.
These authored scenarios
Which back
can
then
be
I
used
didn't
for
understand.
end-to-end
I don't
testing,
understand it right now either, but like whatever.
including
If you
challenging
guys like it,
scenarios.
if you guys like watching me be bored, then
Nvidia Drive
I
Sim,
guess why not?
powered by Omniverse and AI.
Drive Sim is essential to building our driving system from beginning to fleet operations. It's an integral part of our CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment engineering process. One of the most important
So
Drive
if you
Sim
guys have any more
features
opinions on
is
the show so
hardware
far,
in
be
the
it the
loop,
GeForce
which lets
section, or
us
even
run
if
the
it's the
entire
Omniverse and
in-car
AI
software
section,
stack
definitely let me
right
know
there
in
in the
the
AI
live
factory.
chat.
The AI car
And of
computer
course, super chats
has
are
no
still a
idea
thing.
it's
I
actually
know I bring them up a lot, but
inside
like
a simulation
they do actually
and
really,
not in
really
the
help.
car and driving on the road.
Because yeah, this
Drive
channel
Sim,
doesn't earn
with
much.
hardware in the loop, can also simulate the inside of the car. Future cars will not just have simple dashboards, but surround displays where digital
I
and
mean,
physical
yeah, that's
design
cool, but
come
like,
together.
I don't know.
Car designers,
How long is it actually
software
going to take
engineers,
for that to
and
arrive in the
electronics
real world?
engineers can collaborate in Drive Sim while running all the actual computers and software stacks. Drive Sim will be their virtual design studio. Let me show it to you.
I don't know,
We
probably
are
like
extending
Tesla or
NVIDIA
something
Drive
probably
Sim's
have like something
platform
similar
to create
already.
a digital twin
maybe they're
of
actually
the
using
car's
this, who
interior
knows?
with full hardware-in-the-loop support.
Like still, for,
NVIDIA
like,
Omniverse
most
is the
cars gonna
platform
it's
that
gonna be
brings
ages.
this all together. Designers
camera
and
just die?
engineers can work side by side to perfectly integrate the physical design
my
with
camera
the
just died.
digital interface before the actual car exists.
Wow, the
Let's
camera
try
just
new
died.
cluster layout.
Sure.
So
Can you resize the
enjoy
screen?
watching it without a camera.
Okay. Let's try this.
This looks good.
Okay, how many people are actually going to be
Drive
doing this
Sim,
inside a
built
car?
on Omniverse, will accelerate the development of new AI cockpit and in-vehicle infotainment systems, plus improve usability by testing them in a digital twin of future cars.
Safety is the #1 priority in robotics. And as I mentioned, building robotic systems requires building 2 computers. An AI factory in the data center and an AI computer in the car.
I mean, I really want to end the
Safety
stream, but
architecture,
people are still coming
design,
in,
and
so I guess I'm
methodologies
just gonna...
are pervasive
I'm just gonna
throughout our
continue.
systems from data center to
So
the
yeah, everyone coming in now, let me
NVIDIA
know.
has
Let me know what you
invested
thought of the entire show so far.
15,000 engineer years in safety systems and processes. 5 million lines of code have been safety assessed. Our drive chips
I'm
and
gonna let the
platforms
camera charge
are
a bit, so
designed
maybe I'll turn it
for
on for the
ASIL-D
very end.
operation and ISO 26262 safety. We've dedicated ourselves to an end-to-end safety approach that extends from the AI factory to the fleet. We're making excellent progress developing the Drive end-to-end autonomous driving system. Let me show you our progress.
I wonder how many
From
people are watching like the
replicator
mainstream.
synthetic data generation to
30K.
AI model advances, Drive Sim with
30k people
hardware in the
still
loop,
like really interested
Drive
in,
Map autonomous
in
fleet mapping,
AI cars apparently,
urban and highway driving and parking.
and safety in them.
Let's take a look.
I don't get that, but apparently there's a lot of you who
Hi
care about
Pavithra,
this.
you have an event at Plaza D. Cesar Chavez Park at 6 p.m. Would you like me to navigate there?
Okay,
Yes,
that's gonna be
please.
creepy.
Beginning drive pilot.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that looks like something straight out of Cyberpunk, and I love Cyberpunk, but like still, it's gonna be creepy. I like this kind of stuff because it just gives you a really good view of like what we can expect from the future, you know? Just everything being automated pretty much. Have like AI assistants everywhere. It's just kind of cool. Even though in reality it's still going to take ages. Like, whatever. It's a nice glimpse of the future at least. Here's an interesting question. Are you guys actually going to be willing to do this? Like, if you got a card that could do this, are you guys actually...
You have arrived.
Would you be scared? Would you actually be willing to do this, you know? Would you let your card just drive you around like that and do everything for you like that?
Robotic computers are the newest type of computers. These are real-time systems that sense the environment,
because, like,
reason
on the
about
one
their
hand,
surroundings,
it is
and
kind of
plan
scary.
actions
But on the other
consistent
hand,
with their goals.
I'd imagine
Orin
that I
is
would
our
be a way, way worse
second-generation
driver
processor
than
designed
AI.
specifically
I mean, I
for
can't drive yet,
robotics.
but, like,
And it is
I'd be
a
more
home run.
scared of driving by myself than
Orin is the
being
computing
driven by an
engine of
AI.
autonomous
If
vehicles
that makes sense. So
and has been
I'd probably
selected by over
prefer
40
this.
companies building cars, trucks, robo-taxis, and shuttles. The fundamental processing pipeline for autonomous vehicles can be applied to all kinds of robotic systems. Jetson is our robotics
So yeah, let me know if you guys would actually get into a car like that. Either like own one or get into one driven by like someone else. Well, driven by someone else, you know.
Amazon,
Overseen by someone
Canon,
else. It's not
Microsoft,
really being driven by anyone.
Shopify, and Teradyne are among the many companies building robots with Jetson. We're working with the industry on amazing robots. From
Badfish
pick-and-pack
says,
robotic
no
arms
cantrous people
to
and AI is
agriculture
even
robots,
worse. That's an interesting
AR
question.
autonomous mobile robots,
Who do I trust
or
less,
last
people
mile
or
delivery
AI?
robots. Today, we're announcing the
I don't really trust
Jetson
either.
Orin
Don't know what that says
Nano,
about me though.
a tiny robotics computer that is 80 times faster than our previous super popular Jetson Nano. Jetson Orin Nano runs the Nvidia Isaac robotics stack and features the ROS2
I mean, for stuff like room builds, this is
GPU
going to be pretty
accelerated
interesting.
framework. There are robots that move, and there are
Still
robotic
so many
systems
people watching this
that
right now.
watch
Where are
things
you
that
people coming from? I just don't
Metropolis
get it.
is our edge AI platform.
I just realized
It's been downloaded
1.2k
1 million
dislikes on the
and has
main
more
video
than
stream.
1,000
I wonder
application
when those
partners around the
dislikes
world.
came in. I wonder how many of those
Metropolis
came
makes
in
sense of
the
cameras,
instance they announced
LiDAR,
RTX
and
2090
other
pricing.
IoT sensors to make warehouses, factories, retail stores, and cities safer and more efficient. Orin is also the robotics processor of our industrial-grade IGX Edge AI platform.
What kind of like
that Metropolis runs
GPU?
on.
What kind of PSU
Today,
are these
we're
GPUs even
announcing
going
that
to
Siemens,
require?
the world's
And how much am I going to
largest
have to like
industrial
beg
automation
for someone to,
company,
to send me it?
is adopting
I'll
Metropolis
have a very, very interesting email
and
to write
Orin
tomorrow then.
IGX for their industrial edge computing platform. Each year,
It's like
2
1,000
million
watts
medical
at least.
devices are made by 16,000 companies. In the past, medical instruments were built from bespoke sensor processing
I'll do
chips
some like puppy eyes at some
dedicated to
companies
one
and
function.
hopefully it will be
Driven
fine.
by the same breakthroughs that have enabled self-driving cars and robots, future medical instruments will also be software-defined and powered by artificial intelligence. The same fundamental robotics pipeline of sensor processing, environment reconstruction, detection and segmentation applies to medical imaging systems. Orin IGX is also an ideal computing platform
Would you
for
look at that?
medical
I'm
imaging
back.
and robotics.
Hello everyone.
And running on Orin IGX,
You can now also
is
look at
NVIDIA
me
Clara
and look at
Policy,
Jensen at the same time.
a low
And it's a
latency
really hard choice,
image
but
processing platform. Clara Holoscan, like all NVIDIA robotics platforms, includes libraries for data processing, AI model training, simulation, and the robotics application. More than 70 leading medical device
2K
companies,
for the
including
RTX
Siemens
5090, possible.
Intuitive, and Olympus,
Definitely possible.
startups,
And
medical centers are
inflation
developing
definitely
on
isn't
Clara
helping.
Holoscan. Today, we're announcing that Active Surgical, Proximie, and Moon Surgical will build their surgical robotic systems on Nvidia Clara Holoscan, running on the Orin IGX platform.
Cool.
There are no
I know this is the kind of
robots
news that makes like
with universal skills.
this isn't even like really
But building robotic
about
systems share common methods
people.
and
It
tools.
is about people who may be
Robotics
interested in
require two
implementing this
computer
tech.
systems. One
in
being
their
the AI
industries.
factory for
It definitely builds
developing the robot
confidence
AI,
that, you know, other
and the
surgical
other,
equipment using this
an
technology,
AI
so
computer
others may also get
to
involved.
operate the robot.
But you have to remember,
For
the main
several
people this
fast-growing
is supposed to, you
application
know,
domains, we
get
created
excited about a
platforms that
company
include
is their
domain-specific
investors.
libraries
And that's why
for
this
data
entire section
generation,
exists.
AI training,
It's
simulation,
making
mapping, and the
people,
runtime stack.
making investors
We
confident
built one
about
called
Nvidia.
Isaac for AMRs.
That is what this
autonomous
entire
mobile
section is about.
robots. AMRs
Are there any
can be
Nvidia
used to move
investors
things
in the house?
warehouses,
Let me know.
Distribution centers and factories, or be autonomous cleaning, roaming security, hospitality, and last mile delivery bots. AMRs
Even if it's
don't
just like
need fixed,
one share,
pre-programmed
let me know
tracks
if you hold any
and
Nvidia
can
right now.
autonomously
Anyone?
navigate from waypoint to waypoint, avoiding and maneuvering around obstacles. AMRs are basically self-driving cars for unstructured environments. The Isaac platform consists of useful tools that
When
can
are they gonna like
benefit
run out
all
of names?
AMR
You know?
developers.
Because they
Sim-rated
have like, you
asset
know,
libraries
the
of
AI
things are
stuff
often
like
found
Grace
in
and
warehouses
Isaac and
factories.
Four, like you said earlier.
Replicator for
They
synthetic
also have, you
data
know, a lot of
Isaac
scientist
Sim,
names
with
in the
connectors
GeForce
to the
lineup. You
ROS
know,
and
Lovelace
other
now,
popular
sorry,
robotics
Ada Lovelace, and
ecosystems.
like
Isaac ROS engine
Turing and Tesla
AI
and
and computer vision
Fermi and
algorithms
Ampere and all these other
and
guys.
runtime
When are
that
they just going to run
connects
out of names?
with the
You
ROS
know,
bridge.
it's going to happen
And
eventually.
Co-opt, a real-time
Where's
free
Nvidia
task
Alex?
assignment
Nvidia,
and
huh?
route planning engine. Co-opt is an amazing GPU accelerated optimization engine. It's like having a pre-quantum computer.
Actually, is there an
Let's
Nvidia
take a
Alex?
look at the Isaac platform in action.
No, I didn't mean Nvidia Alexa
Making the right
skills.
operational
Nvidia Alex.
decisions
There
for
we
your
go.
warehouse environment is key to maximizing output
No, that's not
while
a thing yet.
minimizing both upfront and ongoing
Guys, you're
costs.
missing out. Nvidia, please
Using Nvidia
make a
Co-op
product
in
called
Isaac Sim
Nvidia
on
Alex.
Omniverse Cloud, you can make dynamic, data-driven decisions at any point during the layout and operation of your warehouse. Isaac Sim in the cloud lets us tap into the accelerated performance of Nvidia OVX to generate thousands of environments and layouts in a fraction of the time that it would take using a single GPU system.
This has to be AI-generated
Co-op can then
voiceover.
provide optimized task assignments and routing solutions informed
Because,
by
like,
collision-based
no one has so
occupancy
little
map that will
emotion in
dictate
their
the
voice
movement
unless
of
they
the
went
autonomous mobile
through a
robot
lobotomy or something.
AMR
Because
fleet within the
that
warehouse.
just sounds so unnatural. The way she's
Distributed
talking.
teams can
It
access
has to be
designs
AI
from any
generated.
device and easily vary parameters such as budget, speed of delivery, and robustness to identify the ideal layout for their operational needs.
That's kind of cool.
High volumes of synthetic
If I ever
data
have so much
generated by
gear
Isaac
that I need a
Replicator in the
warehouse, I'm
cloud
gonna use
are then
that,
used
definitely.
to train the AMR's perception model. Navigation is validated with software in the loop in a true-to-life simulated environment. Once the AMRs are operating in the physical warehouse, Co-opt can re-optimize as obstructions and
Let
environmental
me know, guys.
changes
Do you
are
think that
identified.
woman's voice is AI generated or not? Because something
Explore
is
how
very,
you can
very
accelerate
fishy.
your
That
logistics
voice doesn't
planning and
sound real.
optimization workflows with NVIDIA Co-opt in Isaac Sim on the cloud today.
Today, we're announcing that Isaac is going to the cloud. On NGC,
Aw, rest in
you
peace,
can
Isaac.
get the cloud-ready Omniverse VMI virtual machine image and Isaac containers and deploy it on any public cloud. For AWS, we've gone one step further and are publishing optimized Omniverse
Did he really
AMI
not see
and
an
Isaac
issue with the
containers in
phrase
marketplace.
Isaac is going to the cloud?
For ROS developers using RoboMaker, you can
They
pull the
had to
Isaac
know people were gonna
container
make that
from the
joke, right?
marketplace and connect Isaac Sim to your ROS ecosystem and robotics simulation and scale your CI/CD pipeline. Isaac will run on many options of NVIDIA GPU instances in AWS, Azure, GCP, and OCI. NVIDIA
Did
is
he just
dedicated
pronounce
to
Azure?
advancing science and
Isn't it
industry
like
with
Azure?
accelerated computing. The days of
He's
no
talking
work,
about the Microsoft thing, right?
performance
Microsoft
scaling
Azure.
are over.
Or Azure.
Unaccelerated software will no
Fiona
longer
pronounces it-
enjoy performance
Oh,
scaling
whatever.
without a disproportionate increase in cost. With nearly 3 decades of a singular focus, NVIDIA is expert at accelerating software and scaling compute by 1,000,000x. going well beyond Moore's Law. Accelerated computing is a full-stack challenge.
I don't think that's how
Demands deep
Moore's
understanding
law
of the problem
works, but
domain,
okay.
Optimizing across
What do
every
I know
layer
compared
of
to
computing
Nvidia?
and all three chips.
Well, I know not to price my cards
CPU,
so highly,
GPU,
but
and DPU. Scaling across multi-GPUs and multi-nodes is a data center scale challenge and requires treating the network and storage as part of the computing fabric. And developers
oh wow,
and
did they even
customers
have live
want to run
chat
software
in the
many
live stream?
places. From PCs to supercomputing
They don't want
centers,
people yelling at
enterprise
them
data
about
centers,
pricing? That makes
cloud
sense.
to edge. Different applications want to run in different locations and in different ways.
Okay, let's see
Today,
what else people are
we're gonna
saying on
talk
Twitter about
accelerated computing
these graphics
across
cards.
the stack. New chips and how they will boost performance far beyond the number of transistors.
Oh, here's something.
New libraries.
They haven't
and
really
how it
talked
accelerates
about
critical
light
workloads
hash
to
rate
science
at
and
all.
industry. New domain-specific.
Actually, it's not as
help
big of a
develop
deal
performant
because, you know,
and easily
Ethereum mining's dead,
deployable
but of course you can still mine crypto, you
and
can
new
still mine so many other
platforms to let you
cryptocurrencies.
deploy your software securely, safely.
And now that,
and
like,
with
you know,
order
the
of magnitude
shortage is kind of
gains.
over, are they going to have
The NVIDIA
LHR?
platform now boasts
That's an interesting
3.5
question
million
that they haven't
developers.
answered.
12,000 startups are founding their companies on NVIDIA. We accelerate some 3,000 apps through 550 SDKs and AI models. And collectively, the industries we serve represent some $100 trillion of value. Over the past 12 months, we updated more than 100 SDKs and introduced 25 new ones.
Okay, here's the UK
With each
pricing
new update,
for the
we
cards.
enhance the performance and throughput.
It's going to be
of our fleet of
$16.79.
computers.
Good
And
old
with
British
each
pounds.
addition,
That is...
We solve
That's
new
gonna hurt.
challenges for developers and
And I guess the
extend
camera again.
accelerated computing into new opportunities. Omniverse Cloud, new Omniverse connectors like JT, DriveSim, Isaac Ross and Isaac Sim, SIM-ready assets and Replicator, and Clara Holoscan open new worlds to accelerated computing. Let me update you.
Oh,
on
that
a
is
few
going
more
to
of our
be a
most
lot to
popular
pay,
and
but
newest
whatever.
acceleration
Guess
libraries. Rapids is our open source suite of SDKs.
I did
that
my grave,
accelerate
and I'm
data
going to sit in
science
it.
and data engineering.
I'm going for the
With
4090,
Rapids, developers process
no
data
matter
frames,
cost.
SQL arrays, machine learning, and graph analytics, and do in minutes what used to take hours, or process 10 to 100 times the amount of
£16.79.
data. More than a quarter of the world's top
That's going to be
companies
painful,
are using Rapids.
but whatever.
There are over 100 integrations with popular open source and commercial software toolkits. And
I mean,
Rapids is
people
the
were
foundation
correct
of
about
Merlin,
the RTX 4090 being the
Morpheus,
first to come
Cuop,
out,
Clara,
coming out in
Triton,
October, but
and
like,
other NVIDIA SDKs.
I mean, the others aren't far
We're
behind,
expanding
they're in
the reach of
November.
Rapids. 10 million Python developers on Windows can now access Rapids through WSL. And Rapids now supports the ARM server-based system architecture. Apache Spark is the most popular data processing engine and is used by 80% of Fortune 500 companies. NVIDIA Rapids has a plugin for Spark 3 and integration with Delta Lake and Apache
Okay,
Iceberg.
I should probably like,
Enterprises
start
can
checking
transparently
scan or
accelerate
something
Spark
if I
data
can
frame and SQL
pre-order.
operations. AT&T is using Rapids Accelerated Spark to reduce
Nope, the
processing
RTX
time for
4090
their
is still not
advertising
on...
pipeline.
At least not on
AT&T sped
scan.
up processing by 4x and reduced costs by 70%. IRS is using Rapids Accelerated Spark to speed processing by 20 times while reducing cost in half.
3090s,
Adobe
3090s, but
Intelligent
no
Services
4090s
platform
yet, okay,
was able
whatever.
to reduce cost by 2/3. Data
Yeah, if
processing
someone
is a
knows where I can
giant
pre-order
part of
one
cloud
in the
spend.
UK, like now,
Tens of billions of
please
dollars
let
each
me know.
year and billions of kilowatts
because
of
I
power.
want to stay
NVIDIA
ahead just in
Rapids
case there's another
Accelerated
shortage.
Spark is now integrated into
Because I'm going to
GCP
need
data
to have one like
and ready
on
to
day
help
one
save
if I want to do
millions
all the
on
content I
your
want to
data
do.
processing spend. Triton is our open source hyperscale inference serving software that supports any AI model, supports GPUs, x86 and ARM CPUs, and AWS Inferentia, and supports all major frameworks. Triton has been downloaded over 3 million times, an increase of 300% from last year.
There, while
Available in all
the
major public clouds
camera's
and
charging, you
integrated
can
into
enjoy
top
that little
MLOps platforms.
Patreon
Triton
reminder
is
there.
used by over 35,000 companies. Airtel, the second largest wireless provider in India, uses Triton to serve ASR and speech analytics for customer service. NIO, the leading premium EV car company in China, uses Triton to test their autonomous driving models against 100 terabytes of data daily. GE Healthcare
Looks good.
has standardized on Triton for their data
Definitely looks
center
good.
and embedded systems.
When is
Microsoft
the average
uses Triton to
Joe
process
gonna actually
real-time
experience
grammar
most of
checking.
this stuff? Who
Amazon
knows?
uses Triton to process real-time spell checking on their sites. We introduced over 50 new features in the last year. New model orchestration to automatically load models on demand, efficiently allocating GPU and memory resources. A major new feature is large language model inference with multi-GPU and multi-node execution. Inference time
What's also
is
interesting is how much of
accelerated
this stuff is gonna like trickle
from
down
milliminutes
to like
to a second.
GeForce side. You
Graph
know,
databases store objects and their relationships.
for how long can you do
as
so many of these
nodes
like
and edges
complicated
in the
AI
graph.
tasks on just your gaming
Whether for
card?
fraud detection, drug discovery,
Let me
supply
know
chain
how many generations
optimization,
do you think that's gonna
product
take?
recommendation, contact tracing, customer 360 journey analysis, or social media. It is all about finding patterns in relationships. The largest companies in financial services, retail, healthcare, and manufacturing have their most valuable data stored in graph databases.
I'm just like so busy
Graph
trying to find a
sizes
single
can
pre-order for
easily
these things. I
reach
can't. There's like
trillions of nodes and edges.
I would have
Now
imagined
with
that
deep
pre-orders
learning,
would have gone live
We can
immediately.
learn patterns and relationships on a giant scale and train
Nvidia's
predictive
trending on Twitter
models for
actually.
that database.
I wonder why.
Nvidia now accelerates two of the most popular graph neural network frameworks, Deep Graph Library and PyTorch Geometric. Amazon, American Express, Entos Life Sciences, Meituan, and Pinterest are among the leading users of this fast-growing deep learning approach.
I only know like 3 of
Over
those 5 companies, but
80%
okay.
of internet traffic is video. Increasingly, AI and computer graphics will augment the video.
Now I have my
What used to be
attention.
just streaming
Uh,
encoded video.
Taco
will
Taco
include
asks,
image
why do you need a
processing like
4090?
VLI,
Because I'm insane.
reposing,
No,
going
the real
backwards,
reason is because,
super resolution, AI
like I said,
filters,
4K is
and
demanding,
computer graphics
especially like
for
4K
augmented reality.
high settings. It's very, very
Special
demanding.
effects that used to
Number
require
2 is
offline
because
processing
content,
are now going into the cloud
and you know,
for
people
live
are
video.
gonna click a lot
These
more on like, you know,
operations
something
are
so
ideal for
outlandish
GPUs,
like a
and
4090
can
than
tap
on
into the Nvidia
something more
GPUs
sane
already
like a
in cloud
4080 or
data centers
4070.
for AI inference. But we need a new
And number 3 is
cloud
just
native
because I
device.
love tech,
CB
you know.
CUDA is an open source.
I just
GPU
love the
accelerated
latest and
library
greatest. I
for
can't help
imaging
myself.
and computer vision. CB CUDA
And also it
provides
is going
a
to
set
actually
of
help
highly
with my
performant computer vision kernels with
video
zero
work as well.
copy interfaces to
With
integrate
everything
efficiently
becoming
with
more
other
GPU
libraries and deep
accelerated,
learning
a
frameworks.
faster GPU is going to
CB
help with
CUDA can
video
accelerate
editing,
the
with
end-to-end
video
processing
scrubbing,
throughput
with
by
stuff
over
like
10 times.
Omniverse, you know.
Early access
If I ever want to do
application
some more
is now
Omniverse kind
online.
of stuff.
To advance quantum computing research, the community
Like, just
needs
imagine
a
like
platform to
video.
design
Imagine
and
watching one of my
validate the
videos
quantum
that has like
hardware and
Omniverse
algorithms.
elements in it. That's gonna be
The
really, really
community
cool.
needs a
And sadly, I can't do
super
that on a, you know,
pre-quantum computer
on a slower
that
graphics card.
produces
Because
no
like
good
I'm gonna go
results.
all out.
Nvidia's
when it comes to
cuQuantum
Omniverse.
is an SDK for quantum circuit simulation. With cuQuantum, a 32-node DGX pod can simulate a 40 qubits quantum computer.
Did they announce
cuQuantum
TDP as well
has been
for
adopted
4090?
broadly
Did anyone
from
catch that?
AWS, Google, IBM, Oracle, startups all over the world, and supercomputing centers. AWS integrated cuQuantum into its
They did
bracket
say like, you
quantum
know,
computing
2x power
and
savings
saw 900
on
times
Lovelace,
speed
but
up
apart from
and
that, I don't really know what
3.5
else.
times reduction in cost. Oracle is building a quantum simulation virtual machine for OCI Cloud. When quantum computing arrives, it will likely be an extension of classical accelerated computing. Nvidia Coda is an open, quantum processor agnostic platform for hybrid quantum accelerated computing. Just as accelerated computing required a decade-long
That was
reformulation
a-
of software and algorithms, quantum
a sentence.
accelerated computing will need the
That's
same.
a lot of adjectives.
Coda
Probably
offers
means something to someone.
researchers a programming model for quantum accelerated computing that researchers can use to discover new science today. Coda, running on DGX with cuQuantum, fully emulates a quantum accelerated computer. We're working with world-class quantum researchers to develop systems and new algorithms on Coda. AI continues to make exponential advances with new algorithms and new frameworks to develop them. The rich programmability, performance, and availability of NVIDIA makes our platform ideal for AI research. JAX
I'm
has
just
become
doing
a
more
super
angry
popular
tweeting right now.
library for
That's why I'm not
machine
saying
learning
anything.
research.
Sorry.
JAX has the familiarity
When
of
you're
Python
streaming,
and
you have like
NumPy
so many things to
and the
do on your
ability to
own.
define
You have
and
to
compose
like pay
differentiable
attention to what's being
functions
done.
needed for machine learning.
You have to monitor the stream,
JAX has an
and you also have to,
ecosystem
you
of
know,
300+
write
libraries
aggressive
spanning
tweets.
natural language
So it's like trying to,
understanding,
you know,
reinforcement
pat your head
learning,
while rubbing your
drug
belly
discovery,
and while
neural
disarming a
rendering, and
nuclear
physics
bomb.
simulation.
I'll let you
DeepMind's
guess which one of
groundbreaking
those
AlphaFold
things is the
was done
nuclear
with
bomb.
JAX. NVIDIA engineers are hard at work with Google Research and DeepMind to optimize JAX for a major release coming in Q4. The NVIDIA AI for JAX container will be optimized for multi-GPU and multi-node scaling, optimized for all CSP platforms, support for Hopper's FP8 transformer engine, all with an easy one command to run. Go
I
to
mean, people
NVC
are still
and
watching
sign
the
up
live
for
stream,
NVIDIA AI for JAX.
both mine and the actual Nvidia one, so
Large language
clearly
models
people are actually
are
interested
the
in this,
most
so
important AI
more
models
power to
today.
you for sticking with me.
Based on the transformer architecture, large language models are giant and learn to understand the meaning of language from the corpus of human knowledge, without supervision and without labeled datasets. Research in transformers and large language models is the most vibrant in AI.
Image generation,
over
man.
10,000
Imagine
research
if
papers
Nvidia
published already
released like
this
their
year.
own competitors and stuff like
Transformers
DALL-E 2, exactly.
can learn patterns and relationships across great spans of space and time. Transformers led to breakthroughs in natural language
Nvidia beat me
processing
to it. They knew
and large
I was going to
language
mention
models.
DALL-E 2, so they put
There
it
are
in the
several
graph.
things that make large language models so remarkable. A single pre-trained model can perform multiple tasks like question answering, document summarization, text generation, translation.
Again,
and
all this
even
stuff is like
software
really,
programming.
really cool because it's like,
Models can
wow,
be
the
tuned
future is going to be
with just a
awesome. Look
few
at this all this
examples
awesome
to
tech of the
perform
future.
tasks for
But then,
which
like,
they were never trained.
we're still going to have to
Large
wait quite
language
a few
models
years for
follow
that
the
to actually
scaling
happen.
law, and their performance
for it to actually be
continues
mainstream.
to scale as you increase the size of the model. Large language models can learn the representation of almost any complex sequences. For example, even the language of chemistry and biology. Large language models are excellent few-shot learners. The same pre-trained model, when asked the same question in different contexts, can produce a different response. With just a few examples, we can direct the model to be aware of our context and better perform its task. There are endless possible applications for large language models. Summarize a story, report breaking news, paraphrase for different audiences, or even searching for documents. Retraining the entire large model for each task would be understandably costly. Another method, called prompt learning, is an effective way to direct a pre-trained
Look who's
large
back
language
again.
model
Hello.
to
It's
perform
me.
specific
I know you hate
tasks
seeing me, but
by
like,
training a companion
I'm
model
back. Deal with
with
it.
only a few examples. Nvidia NeMo LLM is a prompt learning
No, don't
framework
be surprised if the camera
using
goes
the
down
large
again.
language model's natural ability to fill in the blanks. We provide NeMo some examples or a few shots of learning to learn an additional token, a prompt, that when prepended to an input phrase will produce the desired output phrase for that context.
This probably
NeMo,
means something to
given a
someone
small
who's
set
like
of
into AI.
examples, trains a prompting
For me, this entire like past few
and only
minutes
the
was like
prompt
complete mumbo
embeddings
jumbo.
are
But
updated.
okay.
The
Any
pre-trained
AI
large
experts in the
language
chat?
models
Let me know.
parameters are frozen during the prompt learning.
Any
which
of you are absolute
substantially
AI
reduces the
experts?
cost and time of fine-tuning
Prove
the
it
language model
by
for each task.
Sending an AI
Today,
generated
We're
live
announcing
chat.
NeMo
Even better, a super
LLM
chat.
service.
There we go. Then I'll be
a cloud
impressed.
service that trains a large language model
Because otherwise I
to
won't
perform
believe
a
you.
task from examples you provide. NeMo includes a selection of pre-trained, community-built foundation models. The NeMo API produces the learn prompt embeddings and an optimized microservice that can be deployed on-prem in any cloud for one GPU or
What's going on?
multi-GPU, multi-node.
That's their
The
side.
NeMo service
That's
will
not my
make it
side.
easier for researchers, developers, and enterprises to apply these incredible large language models. Come try it. Sign up now for early access in October.
Will
We
do.
use NeMo
I don't know what
to
I'm
create
signing
a
up for, but
Megatron
I'll definitely sign up for it
530B
because it's
cloud
my job.
API. 530B is an NVIDIA managed service running on our DGX SuperPod that you can connect to your application. It has already been prompt tuned for a few tasks: summarization, paraphrasing, and story generation. Early access starts in October. Transformers and large language model are also at the core of the digital biology revolution. Just as transformers can learn the relationships of words and sentences and understand human language, transformers can learn to read and write in the native language of biology and chemistry. Mega Mobart learned the language of chemistry.
What is the native language of
ESM1
chemistry and
Prot
biology?
T5 learned the language of proteins. Once the language is learned, biochemical large language models can be prompt tuned to generate chemicals.
Excuse me,
of
what does
certain
meta
properties and proteins
have
within
to
the
do
family.
with
These generated
AI when it
target
comes to
proteins
chemistry and physics and
drug
biology?
candidates can then be virtually
What
screened.
what is meta
The
planning?
drug
Why do
discovery
they need
space
this
is
tech?
practically infinite. The combination of proteins and chemicals is
Sure, okay.
unimaginably large. Only about 50 drugs are
Don't know what
approved
Mark
each
is
year,
planning to do with this
costing
tech,
an
but
average
sure gonna be
of
interesting.
$1 billion to discover. Large language models give us a new tool to explore the infinite world of drug discovery. But setting up environments to train these models is hard, and processing the data and training can take weeks to months. Today, we're announcing BioNeMo Large Language Model Service, a digital biology framework for researchers. and
Okay, so
developers
according to
create large
Nvidia,
language models that
the recommended
understand
PSU for a
chemicals,
4090
proteins,
is
DNA,
850
and RNA
watts.
sequences.
I don't believe
Included
that
in
for a
the
second.
service
That's the same
are
as
pre-trained ESM1
for a
Prot T5
3090
and
or
Mega
3090
Mobart.
Ti even.
The output of
That's
BioNeMo
not
can
right.
be used for
They're
downstream
downplaying it. They have to
tasks,
be.
such as generating new
I wouldn't
proteins and
trust an
chemicals,
850
or
watt
predicting
with
structure,
power supply with
function,
an RTX
or reaction
4090.
properties.
Again, we'll see.
Early access for BioNeMo
When it come
is
out,
in
all that
October.
info about power,
The
draw and
Broad
everything is
one
going to
of
be
the
on this
top
channel.
medical research
So again, definitely
institutes
subscribe if you haven't
in the world,
already.
and the largest producer of human genomic information. The Broad Institute and Nvidia are announcing today that the Nvidia Clara libraries are now available on Broad's Terra Cloud platform.
I don't know
With
who they
NVIDIA
are, but
Parabricks,
sure.
whole genome sequencing can be sped up from over 24 hours to just 1 hour, while cutting the compute cost by more than half. Researchers using
come on,
the
give me a
Genome
pre-orders.
Analysis Toolkit (GATK)
There's still no
can get
pre-orders.
improved accuracy with deep learning. And the new Nvidia BioNeMo will be
Whatever.
available
They'll
on
probably be
Terra
up tomorrow.
Cloud. Using BioNeMo,
Gonna have to be
Nvidia
quick,
and
though.
Broad researchers
I have a
are
feeling that
collaborating to create
there's gonna be a
large language
shortage.
models for genomics.
I just have a kind of gut instinct.
We're excited that NVIDIA's Clara engines will turbocharge the work of Terra Cloud's 25,000 plus users. Large language models have set the stage for Hopper. Named after Grace
Ugh.
Hopper, a computer scientist in the US Navy who pioneered
That does not
computer
look like Grace
programming in
Hopper.
the 50s.
That looks
And
like Grace
first
Hopper from my
coined
worst
the term
nightmares.
bug.
Please, take that off.
Hopper
Okay, thank you.
is the engine of large language model AI factories.
That was nightmare-inducing.
One of the most amazing breakthroughs of Hopper is a new transformer engine, a new tensor core, and software that uses FP8 and FP16 numerical formats, dynamically processes layers of a transformer network, and the performance is incredible. The training time
People are
goes
saying
from
1,000
days to
watts at
hours,
least. Yeah.
or on larger
Yeah.
models, from a month to a week. And
I don't know
pro-tuning
how I'm gonna
models such as
convince
530B
someone to
using H100 and Nemo
send me
LLM
that,
service
but like,
is
I'll
5
write a
times
few emails
faster
tomorrow
than
and we'll see.
V100. And as Kirk said to Spock, hours instead of days, minutes instead of hours. H100 inference
Quoting
is
Star Trek.
magnitudes faster
That's where we're
than
at in the live stream.
H100 for large
Star Trek.
language models.
At least I think
For
it.
instance,
I know that
when
those
serving
were
large
names from
language
Star
model
Trek.
chatbots
I
with
have
less than
never
1
watched Star Trek
second
myself,
latency
so I could be wrong.
on
But
equivalent scale systems. Ampere can
those were
serve
names from Star
100
Trek,
users,
right? He was quoting
while
Star
Hopper
Trek.
can serve more than 3,000, 30 times more. Hopper will make large language models, the most important AI of our time, accessible to everyone. The more you buy, the more you save.
That's
Hopper
what they always
H100
say.
is the
It's never
new
true.
engine of the AI factory. H100 is available now on NVIDIA Launchpad. DGX H100 systems with NVIDIA base command orchestration can be ordered now. OEM partners will ship H100 systems starting
That's
next
interesting.
month.
That
And all major cloud providers are making
that like little
H100 available
animation
in
thing,
just
not
a
animation,
few
but like that
months.
demo they showed at the
Hopper
start of the cars.
is in
That's
full
going to be an
production.
actual playable demo, and it's coming
Recommenders
out in
run the digital economy.
November.
They are the engines
That's gonna be cool.
behind social media, digital advertising, e-commerce, and search. Recommenders process a gigantic amount of data. Compared to large language models, the amount of data moved for every unit of computation is an order of magnitude larger. Here's a chart that has compute intensity on the vertical axis and fast memory capacity on the horizontal axis.
We
You
can
see that
read
recommender
axes
systems
labels, you know
require
that,
an
Jensen,
order
right?
of magnitude more fast
We
memory
learned
capacity.
how to read
Large
axes
language
labels
models
in
will
primary
continue
school.
to grow exponentially and require more computation over time. Recommender systems will also grow exponentially.
Scalper's
and will
already
require
setting up the
more
bots to buy
fast
wood
memory
cards.
capacity over time.
Here's the thing, I would
Large
imagine
language
that
models and recommender systems
online
are the two
retailers
most
are
important
going
AI
to
models
like
today.
they
and
probably
they have
learned the lessons,
diverging
right? They are going to
computing
have to
requirements.
probably keep at least some of
Recommenders can
those
scale to billions of users and billions
restrictions
of
and
items.
limitations they had
example,
before for the
every
new generation.
article,
Just have to keep
video,
some of them at
and
least,
social
because
media
otherwise
item
it's going to be
has a
pure
learned
chaos.
numerical representation called embedding. Each embedding table can be tens
Like, as
of
long as they
terabytes of
actually,
data that
know,
requires multiple
do the
GPUs
same
to process.
things that they did last time and actually
Processing
try and
recommenders
validate
require
the
data
users. They try to
parallelism
actually
in
limit
parts of the network,
purchasing.
and model parallelism
I think
in
it will be
other
fine.
parts of the network,
If they just actually
stressing
remember to
every
turn
part of
these
the
features
computer.
on again for the new
Grace
generation,
Hopper
I think
is
it will be fine.
ideally suited for recommender systems.
But we'll see.
Whereas Hopper HGX systems are rich in tensor processing, each HGX node with 8 GPUs is limited to 640 gigabytes of fast memory. On the other hand, a single Grace Hopper superchip can be configured for 580 gigabytes of fast memory. 500 gigabytes connected to Grace, and 80 gigabytes connected to Hopper. The two chips are connected by a super fast chip-to-chip NVLink. 8 Grace Hoppers.
And this is all probably very,
have the
very
same
interesting for
tensor
someone.
throughput of
That
Hopper
person is a neato.
HGX, but over 7 times more fast memory capacity. Now
Wait,
with
ROG
just
is about
a
to start
120
streaming.
node Grace
Oh
Hopper
man, what do I
system,
watch?
You can process a 70 terabyte.
Oh,
state-of-the-art
should I actually
recommender
do
system.
the ROG
Grace
one
Hopper
as well?
will be a giant leap for recommender systems. The
It's-
amazing
hasn't
Grace
started
CPU
yet.
is the magic behind Grace Hopper.
Should I actually do it?
Let me tell you about it.
Should
Grace
I actually
uses
do the ROG
ARM
stream as well?
Neoverse
Let me know.
V2 CPU core
I'm kind of
that
tempted.
delivers high single-threaded performance and twice the energy efficiency of server CPUs. 72 CPU cores are connected by a scalable coherency fabric that delivers 3.2 terabytes per second of bisectional bandwidth. 117 megabytes.
Okay,
of
I thought he said
LPCAP
something else there for a
are
second. I was very
distributed across
confused.
the mesh fabric.
Okay.
Grace system memory is LPDDR5X, which delivers 1.5x the bandwidth.
Okay,
of
let me know if
DDR5,
I should do the ROG
but most
RTX 40
importantly,
series live stream as
at
well.
1/8 the
Should probably like
power.
start preparing a thumbnail
And
for that
finally,
if I do.
Grace is connected to Hopper through a chip-to-chip NVLink that gives
Actually, no, only
Hopper
like 1,000
high-speed
people are watching it, so I
access
don't think
to
it's going to
Grace's
be too
large
exciting.
memory. Grace and Grace Hopper superchips are designed for high-performance computing applications that process a giant amount of data, like data analytics and recommender systems. Nvidia and the world's leading system makers are
I don't know,
building
should I-
a broad array of servers.
Let me actually know if you guys
Nvidia's
want
bringing
me
the
to do
full
it.
stack
If
of
you
our
guys actually want me to do it,
HPC,
I'll do it.
AI and Omniverse platforms.
I need a
to
drink though
Grace
first,
and
so
Grace
I'm
Hopper.
going to drink out of my
Systems
beautiful
will be
chip
available
design in
in
front
the
of water
first half of
bottle, available
2023.
down in our merch store.
Artificial
Link in the description below.
intelligence is the most important technology force of our time and is creating capabilities never before possible. In just a few years, AI has delivered breakthroughs in computer vision, speech recognition, natural language understanding, and recommender systems. These AI models still have to be built into applications like self-driving cars, customer service chatbots, and e-commerce sites, and workflows that adapt the AIs to specific use cases and help the
Everyone
models
in
learn from
the
experience.
ROG
To make
chat
AI
is just
accessible
talking
to
about, you know,
industries,
RIP
we've
EVGA.
developed domain-specific frameworks
Nice.
that companies can use to make AI applications. All of these application frameworks are built on Nvidia HPC, Nvidia AI, and
So yeah, should I do a
Nvidia
live stream? Let me
Omniverse
know.
platforms. Let me give you a few
I
examples.
don't know what time it's starting though.
Nvidia MONAI is the most popular medical imaging AI framework. 15 of the top 20 academic medical centers and pharmaceutical companies, like Bayer and GSK, have adopted MONAI for radiology and pathology. Nvidia Merlin is a framework that helps you easily build an end-to-end recommender system that is performant and scalable.
I actually spoke with some guys from my
Companies
today morning,
including
so
Capital One,
yeah.
Tencent,
If
WeChat,
everything goes according to
and
plan,
Fidelity
expect to see
are
some
building recommenders
pretty
to
awesome
improve the
RG
quality
content. Well,
and
not RG,
engagement of their
some
services.
Asus
Nvidia Co-opt
like
is an
creative
operations
series stuff
research
in the
optimization
very near
API,
future, and
using
also hopefully
AI
some
to
more
help
ROG stuff in the
developers create complex,
later near future.
real-time fleet routing. AT&T, BMW, and Domino's are using Co-opt. BMW has said that using Co-opt has saved
What does
20%
Domino's
on their
need
factory fleet
this kind of stuff
orchestration and
for?
planning. Millions of dollars. Nvidia Morpheus is a GPU accelerated SDK, enabling cybersecurity developers to build AI pipelines that detect anomalies by filtering, processing, and classifying giant volumes of real-time data.
I'm trying to
We're
find a
partnering with
start
Booz
time for
Allen
the
Hamilton
ROG live stream,
to
but
bring a Morpheus-powered cybersecurity platform to the public and private sectors. Artificial intelligence is impacting a large number of
no
application
time.
domains and requires
No
two
time as far as
basic
I can see.
approaches to computing. We're helping customers develop and deploy these AI applications in secure, multi-cloud environments, whether it's scale up, batch processing AI factories, or scale out, interactive cloud services. For scale up AI factories,
Again, this
we
is
are
probably
in
very
full
interesting to
production
someone.
with Hopper.
It's probably
For
not to
scale-out
most of the
inference,
people watching this with me
interactive
on my
metaverse
channel.
applications, and Omniverse simulations, we have the OVX computer. In Omniverse simulation mode, one session runs on multiple GPUs. In inference and multimedia modes, multiple sessions can run on one GPU. Today, we're
How long have I
announcing
been
the
streaming
OVX
for?
computer with the new Ada Lovelace L40 data center GPU.
An hour
With a
37.
massive 48 gigabyte frame buffer,
That's a lot.
OVX with
I don't
8
usually stream for this
L40s
long, I don't think.
will be able to process giant Omniverse virtual world simulations. L40 OVX computers will be available from the world's leading computer makers and cloud providers. L40 GPUs are in full production. 80% of the world's internet traffic is video. User-generated content, like video conferencing
Now you're speaking my
or
language.
short-form
That's
videos,
exactly what
make
I
up a
do.
lot of it.
Pollute more of the
Increasingly,
internet with video
these
that no
video
one cares
streams
about.
will be augmented by AI special effects and computer graphics. And emerging metaverse applications like avatars will do computer vision, speech AI, language understanding, and computer
Imagine if I did my
graphics
videos with
in
that.
real time
I literally had
and
an
at
AI
cloud
adjusting
scale.
my eyes, so
Nothing
like I
like
always
this
look
has
at a
ever
camera.
been done before.
How
To
unnerving
make
would
this
that be?
possible, we've been
Actually,
building
how unnerving would that be
acceleration
if you
libraries
turn on my
like
videos and you saw
CUDA,
that thing?
Pre-trained AI models in our avatar cloud engine, like Riva and Audio to Face, and a zero-code application framework and cloud runtime engine called UCF, Universal Computing Framework. Using
Well, I love
UCF, we
block-based
created a
programming
reference
because
application called Tokyo for building
I'm too
customer
lazy
service
to learn how to
applications.
program
All
normally.
of this is running on AWS. Let me show it to you.
Interactive avatars are growing in popularity and use, from providing customer and sales support to marketing tools and teaching aids.
Those eyes
But
just
creating interactive
no,
avatars
it's
is
terrifying.
very hard
It's like
and
the
typically
soulless.
requires expensive equipment, specific expertise, and time-consuming workflows. Nvidia ACE is a collection of cloud-native AI microservices that make it easier to create, customize, and deploy intelligent.
I mean, this is the kind of
engaging
stuff that
avatars
I
built
do
on any
kind of
engine
hope that
and deployable on
our
any
company
cloud.
moves
An
into the
interactive
near
avatar
future.
needs to understand and communicate
Because the
with
thing
you.
with
From the more
media
common
is that
text-driven chatbots that help users with
if
site
you
or
already have the
subject-specific queries,
gear
to real-time,
and
fully
you know
animated
just
3D
offering all these other
avatars that can see and hear you.
services,
And
it's
ACE
just kind of
has
a
all the
natural
necessary AI building blocks to bring them to life.
natural direction that
Hi,
you can
I am
go
Violet.
in.
How can I help you?
It's just different
This
ways
is
of
Violet.
reusing the same
She is a
stuff.
fully rigged avatar with some basic animation.
And of course,
To make
this
her
kind of
interactive,
stuff
we
is
use
also going to
NVIDIA's
be
Unified Compute Framework,
lot
or
more
UCF
in the
Studio,
in the near
to build
future.
a graph of microservices that we can deploy in the cloud. For Violet to be able to hear and talk to us, we include the Riva ASR and TTS components. and we use audio to face to provide the necessary animation.
So yeah, expect us
Each
to actually like
microservice
do
component
stuff.
has
For
color-coded
as much as I'm
inputs
actually
and
joking about this
outputs
stuff,
for
I like
easy
how boring it
connection
is.
and
Actually,
editing to
expect
avoid
us to
incompatible
move into this
connections.
kind of direction
We
in the
then connect
future.
a food ordering dataset to handle customer orders and queries.
Do you have any low-calorie options?
I found these
Ryan
four
over here
options
is
for
saying
low
that the
calorie.
price difference
Market
is
salad,
justified
fruit salad,
because
Diet
of the
Cola, and
increase in
lemonade.
performance.
I'd like a market salad,
Yeah,
please.
I mean,
Okay, I have
we
added
might
one regular
joke
market
about
salad
it,
to
but
your
like,
cart. What else would you like?
more
Do
performance
you have any
costs
orange
more.
juice?
I could not
Only
find
so
orange
much
juices,
of
but I found a similar
the
item. One small
performance
lemonade
can
is
be
priced at $2.
done in the same price
That's cool.
by pouring in the
Ask me
same amount of
about
money
items in
into
the
it.
menu.
You know,
Can I
if that
have
makes any
one
sense.
small French fries, please?
Now,
Like
let's
R&D
make climate
only goes
smart.
up. The
The
price
total
of
application
actually
framework
manufacturing
comes
everything
with a
only goes up.
customizable pre-trained natural language
And
processing
the
model.
increases
However,
in
we do want
efficiency,
Violet
which
to be able to
usually
answer questions
decrease
that
pricing,
don't
can
relate to
only
food
get
orders.
us
To do this,
so
we
far,
add a
you know.
pre-deployed Megatron LLM microservice and update the inference model settings.
Plus,
for
of
open
course,
domain question
inflation,
Hello,
cost of
I
living
am Violet.
crisis,
Ask me
and
anything.
everything else, you know,
What do you know about the lemon
disruptions from
slice
COVID that
nebula?
are still
The Lemon
happening.
Slice
I
Nebula
mean,
is a planetary
yeah,
nebula located
whatever.
in the constellation Camelopardalis,
How far is it from Earth?
4,500 light years away.
Let's switch our avatar to one from another engine. For this, we'll use Unreal Engine 5 and MetaHuman to power Violet. All we need to do
Okay,
is
that
go
looks
back to UCF
less
Studio
terrifying
and switch the
for an
microservice
avatar.
output of audio to face from Omniverse to Unreal Engine. We then relaunch, and now we meet Ultraviolet.
MetaHuman from
And she has
Unreal
all
is
the
actually
same
pretty fun though.
intelligent
I have played
capabilities
around
as
with
the
it. It's
previous
actually pretty
Violet.
cool.
Hi, I'm Ultraviolet. I'm a digital avatar. I've been brought to life by Avatar Cloud Engine, or ACE for short. Omniverse ACE powers my speech, animation, and intelligence. I can even answer challenging questions.
It's creepy,
using the
but like at
power
the
of a
same
large
time
language
again,
model.
it's the future, so
Ask
we
me
better get
anything.
used to it.
We're really excited.
We better get
about
used to it, and
Omniverse
maybe if we're
Avatar
kind enough to
Cloud
them,
Engine,
they're not going to
and
kill
we
us.
can't wait to see what you create. We have a rich suite of domain-specific application frameworks. Now, we need an army of experts to help customers apply these AI frameworks to automate their businesses. Today, we are announcing that Deloitte, the world's largest professional services firm, is bringing new services built on NVIDIA AI and NVIDIA
Never heard of them,
Omniverse
but
to
I'm
the
gonna
world's
trust you
enterprises.
that they're cool or
Deloitte's
whatever.
350,000 professionals will help the world's enterprises.
I am
use
literally
NVIDIA
boiling
application
alive here.
frameworks to build
Why did I
modern,
bother
multi-cloud
bringing a
applications
turtleneck to
for
this live
customer
stream?
service, cybersecurity, industrial
These lights are actually
automation,
gonna boil me
warehouse
alive
and
here.
retail automation,
I'm not
and more.
joking.
Deloitte is a major new addition to our
Better,
ecosystem
you know,
of software developers
stay
and
hydrated
go-to-market partners.
using my
Today
water
we
bottle.
announced new chips,
Link in
new
the video
advances
description
for
and
our
all that.
platforms, and for the very first time, new cloud services. The Ada Lovelace generation.
There's more people still
advances
coming
all
into the
three
stream.
RTX
How many of you are
processors,
actually interested in
the
this?
engine of neural rendering. Ada is a quantum leap for gamers and paves the way for creators of fully
Is this a recap?
simulated
Are they
worlds
actually wrapping
like
up?
Racer X. Large language models
Have I
and
actually
recommender
survived?
systems are the two most important AI models today. Hopper, with its transformer engine,
Have
will
I actually
make large
survived?
language models accessible to everyone. Hopper is in full production and coming soon to power the world's AI factories. Recommenders run the digital economy. Grace Hopper, with 7 times increase in fast memory capacity.
Yes, we
will
do
be
have
a
to wait
giant leap
until
for recommender
independent
systems.
reviews, retro and
Systems
I
will be
agree. So
available in
definitely
the first
subscribe to
half
this
of
channel because I'll be
2023.
definitely reviewing the 4090
OVX
myself.
is the Omniverse computer and ideal to scale out metaverse applications. Our second generation OVX.
I
is
highly doubt I
powered
can
by
convince the
Ada
company to send me a
Lovelace
4090,
L40
but
data center GPUs.
Guess I'm
L40
gonna have
is
to-
in full production.
gonna have to
Combining
place
the
that entire
transformer
burden on
engine
myself
of
to buy
Hopper,
one.
the GPU of Ada, and the amazing CPU of Grace, Thor will power the centralized car computers of autonomous vehicles starting in 2025. And like Orin, Thor will be the processor for robotics, medical instruments, industrial automation, and edge AI systems. We have more than 3.5 million developers creating some 3,000 accelerated apps using our 550 SDKs and AI models. New SDKs increase
mean,
the capability and
looks good.
performance of systems our customers already own.
Oh, looks
while
good, but
opening
again,
new markets for accelerated computing.
I wonder how
Over
long it's
the
gonna
past
take for
12
any of
months,
us to benefit at
we
all from
updated
any of
more
this.
than 100 SDKs and introduced 25 new ones. The NeMo large language model service is a NVIDIA managed cloud
Is this
service
recap of
to
everything they
adapt
just announced going to be
pre-trained
longer
large language
than the actual
models to
announcement of
perform
everything?
specific tasks. The BioNeMo LLM is a service to create large language models that understands chemicals, proteins, DNA, and RNA sequences. NVIDIA Omniverse Cloud is an infrastructure as a service that connects Omniverse applications running in the cloud, on-prem, or on a device. New Omniverse containers, replicator for synthetic data generation, farm for
I mean, most of
render
these
farms,
services just
and
kind of
Isaac
do the
Sim
same
for
thing in
building
my
and
eyes,
training
but like
AI
there's probably a
robots
big difference
are now
between all of them.
available for cloud deployment. For ROS developers using
People who
AWS
are really
Global
into like the
Feature,
back end
Isaac
of development
containers
are probably
in the
just like
marketplace.
frothing at the mouth right now.
80% of the world's internet traffic is video.
You already
And
sounded like 3
user-generated
times
video
already,
streams
Jensen.
will be increasingly augmented by AI special effects and computer graphics. Avatars will do computer vision, speech AI, language understanding, and computer animation in real time.
I
and at
can't
cloud
wait
scale. To
for
make
that
this
to actually
possible,
come to
we've
like a
been building
McDonald's or something.
acceleration
Imagine you're
libraries
ordering a
like
McDonald's
CityCUDA,
and you're
a
chatting to like an
cloud
AI
runtime
assistant.
engine called
And she's
UCF,
like, I'm
Unified
sorry,
Computing
what did you
Framework,
say? Please
and
repeat.
Omniverse
And there's like an
Ace,
entire line of
Avatar
people behind
Cloud
you
Engine,
getting annoyed
and a
that you're taking
sample
so much
application
time.
called Tokyo
That's going to be
for
fun.
customer service
That's the kind of
managers.
future I want to
The
see.
world's largest professional services firm
Because
is
then
bringing
people will
new
actually, you know,
services
stop eating
built on
McDonald's and
NVIDIA
probably
AI
switch to
and
something
NVIDIA Omniverse
that's better
to
for
the
them.
world's enterprises. Deloitte's 350,000 professionals will help the world's enterprises use NVIDIA application frameworks to build modern multi-cloud applications for customer service, cybersecurity, industrial automation, warehouse and retail automation, and more. We have a great GTC for you, with over
Is this the
200
end?
talks from the brightest minds in science and industry. You're going to see amazing advances.
Is this actually the end?
powered by accelerated
Have we actually done it,
computing
guys?
and AI.
Have we actually
Enjoy.
lived through the whole thing? Like 1 hour and 46. It's the end. Oh, we survived, guys.
I am an explorer,
Good for you.
traveling across the Atlantic to unlock its mysteries. And back in time to understand the origins of the universe. I am a visionary, bringing sharper focus to researchers. And brilliant clarity to surgeons.
How long are they going to actually keep this recap up?
I am a healer.
Because they did the main portion, then they did a really long recap,
Making
and now they're doing
treatments
another
as
recap
unique
that's slightly
as
different.
every patient,
How many recaps does one stream need, really?
and giving new life the chance to thrive.
Yes, because before Nvidia
I
AI,
am a guardian,
babies were just not
looking
born.
out for dangers around us.
I wonder
And
exactly
in depths
how
below.
annoying is that gonna get, you know? You're gonna just be driving safely, and all of a sudden something comes in front of you, not even like in a dangerous
I
way,
am
and those
a
alarms
helper.
are gonna just start blaring.
Enabling healthier,
Just
more
watch. That's the
sustainable
future,
crops.
guys.
Bringing them to market faster. And preparing them for the table.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No one's making my salad at Pizza Hut apart from me.
I am a creator. Building virtual worlds to help robots learn faster. And make our connections stronger.
4070 and 4080 look like they might be a good option for price performance. Yeah.
And you can ask me
4070
any
and
question.
4080 have been relatively competitive the past few
They even
generations.
used artificial intelligence
It's
to
when you
write
get
this
to
song,
stuff
and
that's
it was
either the
recorded
4090
by the
or
London Symphony
cars that have like a
Orchestra.
TI at the end. That's where you start to get into the stuff that's not really price competitive.
I brought to life by Nvidia.
A driverless human city
learning,
within a lifetime? Yeah, that is going to
and
happen.
brilliant minds
I had this
everywhere.
thought when I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, like, I am actually going to live to the year 2077, if everything goes well. And a lot of people my age are also probably going to live until that year. And we're probably going to see a lot of the stuff that we've seen in that game. And we're going to actually probably see in our lifetime a lot of the stuff we are seeing right now that, like, Nvidia are going on about. So, yeah. Now that this is over, somehow we survived. The ROG live stream is probably going to start soon, so let me know if you actually want me to cover that. If not, I am going to probably end this here. So let me know all your final thoughts on this presentation. Again, super chats are very, very welcome because, again, YouTube pays us pretty much nothing. So that is very, very helpful. It does help this channel a lot. And, of course, there's our merch and stuff like that. That's going to be down in the video description below as well. So, yeah, final thoughts, guys, before I end the stream. It was actually kind of... I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just so tired, you know. Like I said at the start of the stream, the entire weekend was just crazy. Monday was supposed to be my nice relaxing day off. Then before I knew it, I've spent the entire day watching a funeral. Today morning, I had to rush to do some stuff with ASUS at the photography show. And now I'm here watching this. Well, I just finished watching this. I hope the future isn't too cyberpunk. I like my ghost natural. Nice one, Ryan. Nice one. You know, I like my ghost, just not filing restraining orders against me. So, if they're natural, not natural, I don't care. Great stream. I'm really, really glad you liked it. Definitely subscribe to this channel because we'll be doing a lot more streams. Of course, AMD, I can't believe I haven't talked about it so far. AMD just announced they are doing their own presentation literally hours before this one. The announcement came hours before that. The presentation itself is going to be on the 3rd of November, if I'm remembering this correctly. So yeah, we are going to do that in November. Man, November's going to be so busy for live streams because we're going to do the AMD presentation. We're going to do like Black Friday stream. We're going to do like a Cyber Monday stream. It's going to be definitely really fun. Hey, thank you so much for the 10 Australian dollars, Justin. Like I said, super chats definitely go a long way. So again, thank you so, so much. So yeah, a lot of live streams coming soon. And if you're excited in this kind of stuff, if you're excited about GPUs, then definitely don't miss out the RDNA free live stream, which is going to be on the 3rd of November. And let me know which graphics cards you guys are going to be going for. Are you going for a 4090? Are you going for a 4080? Are you waiting for the pricing of the 4070? Or are you a mad lad, an early adopter, who, or maybe you're being paid by Intel to shill for Intel Arc? Maybe some of you are picking up Intel Arc? Let me know. Yeah, let me know if you're one of those weird early adopter people who are going picking up an Intel Arc graphics card. Let me know if you're waiting for RDNA 3. Wait, we are RDNA 3, right? That's like the next ones, right? Right? I didn't, like, mess that up. RDNA 3 is going to be the next generation from Nvidia, I think. I hope. Nah, can't be. Can't have made a mistake on the internet. I can't have that. Yeah, it's RDNA 3. I'm not going crazy, right? Yeah, cool. Cool. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining this live stream with me. I am probably going to go and take a nap because I'm literally exhausted. After, you know, 4 days of just pure madness. So again, thank you all so much. Definitely subscribe because we'll be doing so much stuff on RTX 4090, on RDNA 3, on other graphics cards, and of course Ryzen 7000 is just around the corner. So, if that is it, I'm going to end this stream here. Thank you guys so much for joining, and if you'd like to, remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next.